On ringing in my ears, oh well. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go, oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beauties. Yes, radio meets TV once again. We couldn't be more excited as we gear up for the weekend. We are bringing you a very entertaining show this morning. Today, it's going to be another radio meets television mashup situation, and we are here for that. Mongani and Nala from the breakfast team from Radio 2000 are going to be broadcasting live from our studio. How are you, my brother?
I'm excited.
Oh, good to see you here. The ladies have left us in the lurch. It's okay. They'll be here throughout the morning. So good to have you guys here. Nice early start, fresh start. Are you excited for your listeners to be able to see you finally this morning?
I'm so excited. I'm trying to go through my scripts. I'm not sure whether I've got it right, but yeah, it's going to be an exciting morning. I'm super excited to be here.
Our viewers love it when we get a little bit radio crazy this morning, and we're gonna put you through your paces. So I'm sorry, dude.
Apparently I was supposed to bring gym things?
Yeah, you're going to need gym things. You're going to be cooking. You're going to be doing it all this morning. Yes, we're going to put them through a fitness challenge, the Omelette challenge, which is, it's the ultimate test, okay? And yes, so we're going to have a lot of challenges coming their way in terms of utilizing that radio voice. So we might do the voiceover challenge as well. You guys do not want to miss that. Then we've got the Goliath brothers stepping into studio as well. 10 years they have been on tour, and they're going to do it in their 10th year, and we're going to help them celebrate this incredible milestone as well. So there's going to be a lot happening, my brother. We're going to be making noise in your studio. You're going to be making noise in our studio, and we love it.
Thank you for welcoming us.
We love having the crew here. You guys can share the love on social media. In fact, let's connect with all of our social media followers this morning and connect with you guys, give you the platform to have your say this morning. Good morning to the rest of the team. Morning, gang.
Yes, good morning, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much, G, and how excited are we? It is officially Friday, and we're doing it special. As you can see, we are celebrating so much on the show, as you heard from G, and we're also going to be doing some fitness, so definitely get the fitness gear on, or just jump up off the couch and come join us in just a little bit, because it's going to be a shakedown and something to get ready for the weekend. And speaking of getting ready for the weekend, that's exactly why I'm chatting to you this morning, because we're joined by Radio 2000 this morning, and we want to know what song is getting you excited for the weekend. And we want you to share those voice notes or a video of you dancing to your weekend song and come through with a number that's 063-408-8863. Don't forget to use the hashtag Expresso Show. And yes, we want you to share a video of yourself dancing to your favorite song that gets you ready for the weekend, or maybe just share a voice note with your favorite song in it. I have so many songs running through my head right now. I don't know what song. I'm just thinking of a song of the weekend. What's the first thing that comes to mind? I know weekend special. That's me. That's my answer. I'd send a video of myself doing a little shimmy shake to that, and you can see if you can beat that and come through and join us this morning as we celebrate the start of the weekend. And of course, it's time to kick off the rest of the show. Standing by right now, it's Zoe, and she's got the latest when it comes to official duties. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Raul. Starting with national headlines, City of Tshwane residents who have tampered with their electricity and water meters have just over a month to come forward or face heavy fines per household. Finance Chief Peter Sutton said the amnesty period is valid until September 30th for consumers who have connected illegally to the Metro's electricity and water network. Sutton said fines for illegal connections and electricity theft are 200,000 rand for individual and household accounts and 10 million rand for business accounts. The city will also lay criminal charges and pursue the recovery of lost income. Now, staying with local news, learners in KwaZulu-Natal have been told to wear traditional clothes to school on Tuesday to honor the new Zulu king. Mrs. Misuzulu Kaxwelantini was acknowledged in a traditional ceremony on Saturday, even as some royals argued he was not the rightful heir to the throne. The KZN Education Department has declared 30 August a day for schools to celebrate and honor the new 48-year-old monarch. The department has also committed to working with the king in pursuit of quality public education in KZN. Moving to news beyond our own borders, French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in Algeria yesterday, hoping to repair fractional relations with a nation of which the oil and gas reserves have new strategic significance because of Europe's looming energy crisis. His visit comes after a long period of tension over conflicting memories of Algeria's bloody war of independence against France. But both countries have since signaled their desires for cooperation. Analysts say the main thrust of Macron's visit will be for closer cooperation on pressing economic and security issues. Now, staying with news abroad, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has signed a decree which could see 137,000 service personnel added to the country's armed forces in the coming months. It will come into force on the 1st of January 2023. Currently, Russia has a limit of just over 1 million military personnel and almost 900,000 civilian staff. Putin's decree comes amid a recruitment drive around the country with large cash incentives on offer. There have been reports that recruiters have even been visiting prisons promising inmates freedom and money. And bringing it back home, athletes and running enthusiasts are already descending on KwaZulu-Natal, home of the oldest and the ultimate ultra-marathon in the world, the Comrades, on Sunday. Now, the iconic race, which dates back to 1921, is back after the previous 2 editions were canned due to COVID-19, the first time since the duration of World War II. Now, race director Rowan James says 14,582 competitors will be participating this year, of which some 1,500 are international runners from 70 countries. The top international contingents this year are from the UK, Zimbabwe, India, Brazil, Germany, and the US. And great news, this year's Comrades will also have beer for the runners along the 89-kilometer down run from Pietermaritzburg to Durban. Comrades Delane Cools says the beer will be placed in 20 refreshment stations after the halfway point. But not to worry, 0.0% alcohol beer will also be provided, so runners won't be tipsy en route, but they certainly will be well hydrated. Good luck to each and every person taking part in the Comrades. We will be rooting for you all the way. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's dig a bit deeper with Graham into the sport.
Thanks so much. So let's start with the battle that's currently playing out in Manchester. So England great James Anderson, he became the first player to appear in 100 home tests and celebrated the landmark by leading the attack with 3 wickets, as well as South Africa were dismissed for just 151 on the first day of their second test at Old Trafford. Kagiso Rabada was the unlikely hero with the bat, top scoring with just 36, and that tells the tale, while all others faltered before him ready. The next highest score, in fact, was 21 by Kyle Verreynne and Keegan Peterson. And Zach Crawley, he scored 70. Johnny Bairstow on 38 before the close of play, with the hosts on 111 for 3, trailing by 40 runs at this stage as they go into day 2. Then on to football and top honours. Holders Real Madrid will take on RB Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk and Celtic in the Champions League group stage, while Barcelona will face Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. So last season's runners-up, Liverpool, they'll meet Ajax Amsterdam, Napoli and Rangers. Then Man City forward Erling Haaland, he'll also face his former employers, as the English champions were drawn in Group G with Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla and FC Copenhagen. Then Spurs, they're in Group D alongside Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting and Marseille, while Chelsea, they'll be up against AC Milan, Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb in Group E. Then staying with footballing accolades, Karim Benzema and Alexia Putellas were rewarded for some outstanding seasons by winning the UEFA Men's and Women's Player of the Year prizes. So France striker Benzema, he captained Real Madrid to victory over Liverpool in that Champions League final, scoring 15 goals in the competition on the way there, while Putellas, she was the top scorer in the Women's Champions League, helping Barcelona reach their final, which they ultimately lost to Lyon. Carlo Ancelotti, he was named best men's coach for the success with Real this season, while Dutch woman Sarina Wiegman, she was crowned as best women's coach after leading England to Euro glory on on home soil last month, of course. Then on to tennis. Sadly, he's out of the last Grand Slam of the year. Novak Djokovic said he will not play in the US Open, which begins this next Monday, as COVID protocols means he cannot travel to the United States. So it's the second Grand Slam that the 35-year-old Serb will miss due to not being vaccinated, as he was deported prior to the Australian Open earlier this year, you'll remember. Since October of 2021, the United States has banned non-vaccinated visitors. Djokovic had still hoped to compete, but it doesn't seem to be on the cards. Well, that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get you prepped for the weather ahead of the big weekend.
Thank you so much, G. Of course, it's time to take a look at the weather first up this morning and report on all things weather news. Now, the prolonged drought in the western half of the Eastern Cape continues to make life difficult for many in the region. Now, the Koga municipality is no exception, and it has spent over 200 million rand on drought mitigation projects to avert a day zero and has drilled some 38 boreholes and is currently constructing 4 purifying plants. Now, all this is to ensure there is safe drinking water from boreholes into its water reticulation system. And the Koga municipality also draws water from dams feeding the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Now, in the region, water shedding is just one of the saving measures in place. Residents say having a 6-hour water outage is devastating. And in the citrus-rich Gamtoos Valley, farmers are buckling under the pressure due to these water restrictions. And for small-scale farmers, the knock-on effect of the water crisis has caused many job losses. Now, the Koga Dam, which many of these farmers rely on, is currently at 16.72% capacity. Well, from the droughts, we head over to our sunrise views. And first up this morning, we've got Vimy Govender all the way out in Chatsworth with this tangerine-lit sky above the twinkling city lights. What a beautiful shot. And I love how those colors just fade into one another. Absolute magic. Next up, we've got Debbie Drohata all the way from KZN, who shared this one from Marina Beach. I mean, look at this stunning neon pink morning sky. It's got that palm tree just silhouetted in the distance. And again, looking like a beautiful painting, just important, but just as exceptional to start off the weekend. Next up, we've got Adrie Elise, who is also going by Adrie Elise Kleinhans, and they showcased this eerie one with the deep pink horizon out in the distance, all the way in Montclair, Durban. An eerie one indeed, and just before the magic of the sun starts to peak up and deliver all its blessings for the day. Another one here from Ovayo Gwe, all the way from Eastern Cape, sharing a peachy view as the city begins to light up. Again, I'm loving all the colors I'm seeing. And finally, Rashida Dolly, who showcased this stunning view all the way from GQ Becha, and this one with the moon still out and the pink and orange hues across the sky as the sun just about begins to rise. Magic stuff indeed. Mzansi, I'm loving how you're starting us off this morning. Such magic when it comes to these shots. It looks like you're all definitely photographers, so don't contemplate necessarily only staying to one job, because this could be another one for you. Regardless though, we hope that you share your sunrise views with us, and you can use the WhatsApp line. It's 063-408-8863, because clearly we love seeing how you wake up wherever you are in your city. Now, to take a look at the rest of the temperatures across the country, starting off in Polokwane, the day starting at a low of 9 up to 27. Umbumbela sees a low of 12 up to 26. Pretoria starting off at 11 up to a high of 26. And Johannesburg, sunny skies expected, a low of 10 all the way up to a moderate 24 degrees Celsius. Over in Makikeng, the day starts at a low of 9 up to a nice warm 29 degrees with sunshine. Klerksdorp much the same, starting at 8 all the way up to 28. Kimberley, a chillier start of 3 degrees, but up to a moderate 26. And Bloemfontein, even chillier start at 2 degrees, but moves up to a nice warm 25 degrees Celsius. Moving around the coast now and over to Richards Bay, where your day starts at a moderate 15 degrees. Doesn't move too high up, but only goes up to 22 high. Pietermaritzburg, though, starts with a lower 11 degrees up to a high of 22. Durban sees the day starting at a moderate 15 up to 22 degrees. And Mthatha, potentially some rainfall on your side of the world. 8 is your low, up to a high of 21 degrees. Over in East London now, your day starting at a low of 12 degrees, up to a high of 19. Definitely welcoming whatever rain they can get, and looks like a little bit of drizzle coming through. Cradock sees a minimum of 3, nice and chilly, but moves up to a nice warm 23 degrees. Becha, not too much rain expected, a little bit of drizzle, starting off with a 12 12-degree low up to a high of only 18, and George sees a low of 7 up to a high of 17 degrees. Finally, over in the mother city now, the day starting at a moderate 11 degrees up to 15 with the potential chance of rainfall coming through. Worcester, a chilly start of 3 degrees up to 16. Sutherland, what a chill, starting off at -3 today and moving up to 14 degrees, but Uppington bringing the sun back at 6, all the way up to a moderate 25 degrees Celsius. Again, though, Mzansi, thank you for sending those incredible pictures in. We absolutely loved it, and we love seeing what's happening next up when it comes to our Friday edition of the Expresso Show. So let's find out what to expect right now. Let's catch up with the team.
Yes, my friend, it is a Friday. I'm going to say cheers to the weekend, baby. And of course, it is the takeoff on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. The team from Radio 2000 are here. Two legends, Bongani and Nala. We're going to connect with them in just a moment, find out what they're going to be getting up to over the weekend, but we couldn't be happier to hosting them or having them here this morning. They're wonderful.
Well, in order to be good hosts, we need to give them something to eat. So we're going to head on over into the kitchen. How does milk tart scones sound? We're going to be whipping that up. I don't know if that's for breakfast or dessert, but we'll find out.
Both.
We'll find out. Thank you.
There are those who care for others, ask nothing in return, but might be in need of some care themselves. If you feel that someone in your community deserves some recognition for all they do, then Panado can't wait to hear from you. Simply reply to the Afternoon Express Facebook and Twitter pages, tell us who they are, what they do for their community, and why they should receive some care with the hashtag A Dose of Care and the hashtag PanadoSA. They can stand a chance of winning a dose of care to the value of 5,000 Rand from Panado. Afternoon Express will then add another 5,000 Rand towards the charity or nominee of choice, so they too can share in some care. Don't miss the Panado hashtag A Dose of Care competition running from the 1st of August right through to the 15th of November on Afternoon Express. T's and C's apply.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Yes, we're all going to be talking over each other for just a little bit. Bongani and Nala are here because TV meets radio. It's time to take off, baby, with Radio 2000, Mzansi's premier national station for the cosmopolitan listener. And we are here for that. Award-winning morning presenters, Bongani Mtolo and Nala Dagara, host a 3-hour extravaganza daily, some enlightening, incredible content on current affairs, including health, economy, education, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Inspiration, information, and insights is at the heart of Radio 2000. And this morning, we have got the pleasure of touching base with Bongani and Nala from The Takeoff. They're helping us take off ahead of the weekend, baby.
Welcome to the 2 Million Gang, by the way.
Thank you so much. I love you guys for being here. I love the fact that you've kept it so chilled this morning. We've always got this crazy energy about us.
Yeah.
I'm like always expecting like a horse or a donkey to walk in or some madness to happen.
we can't.
But you guys are just nice and calm and chilled. You are two consummate professionals. I know that you've been doing this for a while now. You've found a home on Radio 2000. Bongani, what is it about this place, this clique, your tribe, that you love so much? Why is this the perfect home for you?
So a lot of time you'll get like someone that's a great broadcaster, like myself and Unala, and then you'll find the platform, you know, it just doesn't match.
Doesn't click.
It's rare where the broadcasters actually match the kind of station that they work for. I don't just back announce the music, I like the music.
Yeah.
I like the content, I like the the audience that I interact with, and of course, I work with a professional.
Hey?
Thank you, darling.
Yo, she had some fire in the eyes there. I was waiting. That was a gateway you just passed. You survived.
No,
well
you
done.
did that.
You
Good
survived.
pass.
Nala, we were effectively employed by our listeners and our viewers. Ultimately, those are the ones we have to answer to. Those are our people. What is it about the Radio 2000 listeners that you love the most? Why do you love this little clique, and why is this the home for you, do you think?
This is exactly why we call the Radio 2000 listener, especially the takeoff listener, the 2 million gang, you know, because we're just a family, you know, we're just a family of like-minded people that are learning every day, and that's what we do. We absolutely love it. We love being together. We love being in the space. Like you were saying, it's just about the listener, right? And when Bongani, Lonwabo and I come on the radio, we really come as family. You know, we don't have the authoritative voice. We are part of the gang, you know, and it's almost like sitting at a breakfast table and just having breakfast with your friends.
Yeah, because it's a weird thing with breakfast TV. You can't be too much.
No.
And with breakfast radio, I would imagine it's the same thing, where people are busy with their lives. They've got stuff to do. They're getting kids to school.
People
They're
can
driving
see
to
through
work.
nonsense, and they want something that's relatable.
Completely, and authenticity is key. That being said, it's a competitive old world out there, and this is one of the hottest vibes in radio because everyone wants a piece of drive time on the way into work. How do you guys keep your real estate? How have you got the gang to where it is at the moment now? How do you keep the listeners engaged, do you think?
I think by being authentic. I find that the space that we're in, whether it's radio or TV, people are always trying to put on a show. And with us, I think it's probably the most authentic,
Just happens,
and the most honest radio show that you're ever going to find.
And speaking of honesty, I mean, just the conversations we have, these are everyday conversations and things that we go through. You know, we're women, we're men, we're moms, we're dads, we're friends, we're sisters, we're brothers, and we just come with everything that we experience, and there's just that connection, you know, Graham?
And when you create this kind of safe place, if you will, you can hit things so much harder. So like with us, it's all warm and fluffy, but because of that, we're able to tackle some pretty heavy content.
Yes.
With you guys, you're kind of inclusive and you open up and you offer a level of representation that I think kind of marks where South Africa is right now. But you also tackle things that are so pertinent in a way that is a kind of accessible to people. There is this focus on job creation and helping to empower young people at the moment. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, because surely that should be like all of our most important mission at the moment. Why have you guys chosen to make this one of your kind of core agendas?
So we realize that there's a huge disconnect between generally what government says when they talk about job creation and what's actually happening on the ground. And a lot of times you'll be at some big conference and there are all these plans, but the guys are like, guys, I don't have money to go from here to that actual job interview. So that's where we come in. We literally connect the everyday person to the big people that make all the decisions in this country. And I think that's where we come in.
I love it, man. And your voice has power.
Yes.
I love it. So we'll excuse you talking over us for the whole morning. It's fine because you're going to be playing beautiful.
We're family.
Exactly. We are all family right now. And I love the fact that viewers and listeners are all getting mixed up this morning. The most important thing, show some love. It's a weekend, baby. It's a Friday. We're going to get this party started in a moment. Then they're going to be doing some fitness. They're going to be doing the Omelette challenge. They're going to be doing the VO challenge. They're going to be working this morning. And we are here for that. Stick around.
Thanks, Graham.
Yes, we are definitely here for that. I can't wait to obviously celebrate with the Radio 2000 crew and also do that workout coming out a little bit later. But before we get into that, let's head to the kitchen. Let's make something special because we have been exploring creative ways to enjoy scones throughout the week with Golden Cloud. Yes, scones are on the menu. And today we're celebrating a South African favorite, and that's a milk tart. Yeah, look how we put these together. So these milk tart scones, you heard correctly, are a taste of nostalgia and perfection all in one bite. And it's perfectly fluffy and serves with a luscious milk tart cream topped with cinnamon sugar, and it's a new household favorite loading right now. And of course the beautiful Zoe is here to show us exactly how we put this together, and I'm here to assist.
You are here. This is teamwork, so you're going to be in charge of the scones.
Right.
I'm going to be in charge of our milk tart filling. Now, a milk tart filling, I mean, it is creamy. It has got that cinnamon and vanilla flavors to it, so, and that's really what we want to get through. So I've got some flour. I'm going to add corn flour as well as our sugar and cinnamon together. Give it a good mix. And then we're going to add the egg.
That's
and it's going to make a little bit of a paste. And then this is the process that's called tempering, where I've got milk on the stove, it's a bit warm.
Yeah.
So in order to avoid my eggs seizing and like basically cooking,
turning into a scrambled
add a
egg.
little bit of hot milk to my current mixture.
Oh, okay.
Just a little. I give it a little bit of a mix here.
Whip up, and already it's becoming a little bit creamier than before. And this is something that I'm paying a lot of attention to because, of course, a milk tart is a South African favorite. And infusing these flavors into almost anything is magic. But when you put it in a scone, I'm just thinking this creation is going to be incredible.
It's going to be incredible. So the whole idea is not to get the eggs to cook while we add the warm milk.
Yeah,
but eventually I want to add this mixture that's in my glass bowl to that and just really get it into that creamy texture.
All right.
But you can start on our actual scone mixture.
Okay, so I've never made a scone before, and I think it's apparently very easy, especially when you get the Golden Cloud mix over here. And this is the scone mix, and it's something I absolutely love. The Golden Cloud scone mix makes it so much easier to bake up your favorite scones with the simple addition of just eggs, milk, and butter, and you'll have perfectly fluffy scones ready in minutes. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So literally, I'm going to start off with my wet ingredients. I've got some milk butter over here. I've got some one egg, obviously, to bind it together, and then I've got some malted butter. So that's all going to pop into here. We'll whisk it all together first before we add anything else. And that's just kind of like the theme of the day. Always using these wet ingredients correctly. Dry ingredients work done and handled by Zoe over there. So I've whipped this all up together, got it nice and mixed up. And now is where I'm going to start adding in the easy peasy scone mix from Golden Cloud.
And you know what's nice about those mixes?
Yeah?
Whether you're going for the scone mix, a muffin mix,
Yes.
a waffle mix, the pancake mix. I'm someone that don't always have the basics in my household, like flour and all of that, because I don't use it as most
You don't
households
bake from scratch
would.
as often as well, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just not something I have, because whenever I feel like a scone, I go and buy the mixture that's everything you need already there.
Yes. And I think just in terms of convenience and time, instead of like running around thinking, where's this, where's everything else, you don't have to worry, because literally I've already put this mix together. I'm just about to whip it up, and then I'm going to go start rolling it out on the board and cutting out those beautiful scone shapes. So while I'm busy with that, I want to talk to you about something even more special, because like I mentioned to you, once I've got this mix together, it's only 20 minutes of baking time that's needed, and you can satisfy the scones craving in minutes by just getting this all together. So you want to pop it in the oven once you've got it all together for about 15 minutes at about 200 degrees. And like I said, essentially, I pop some flour down over here, I roll out my dough, and I'm going to use one of these cutters to essentially create my scones.
So your scone shape, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm still busy here with our milk tart filling. So obviously, the more it goes, you need to keep stirring it to avoid lumps.
Yeah.
But we want it to be a creamy texture, and you've got some finished product there. So you need the mixture to cool down before you add it to the scone.
Yes, you do indeed. And then simple as that, you have absolute magic in your mouth and indulgence to enjoy for the entire day, depending on how many batches you made. But it doesn't stop there. Listen to this, because Golden Cloud has a new and exciting competition with a weekly celebration of spring hygiene. Yes, 5 lucky viewers stand a chance to win 10,000 Rand from Golden Cloud and a Kenwood appliance to bake with, the best every week. Now, you simply create a bake using Golden Cloud products and share the photo of your bake on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages or the WhatsApp line. Don't forget, that's 063-814-2300, and tell us what makes your high tea creation best. Now, don't forget to include the hashtag high tea with Golden Cloud, and your entries close on the 28th of September. Your T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and I think with all this inspiration already, you're one step closer to getting your bake on and winning those prizes. Enjoy. Nice job, Zoe.
Thank you.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. Now, passion infuses your life with meaning. It inspires you to reveal your strengths, and passion, it evokes a bold, modern femininity, which enables you to take on the world with grace and independence. And that is what the Armani Si Passione Eclat fragrance is. Now, this new fragrance, it captures the notion that passion lights up life. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a spritz. Oh, it smells beautiful. This is the Si Passione Eclat. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a taster so I can smell nice and, oh, really, really beautiful. Now, Giorgio Armani's respect of nature always favors responsibly sourced ingredients. And at the fragrance's heart are two roses. There's the Centifolia rose, picked by the hand in France's Grasse region. It boasts a soft, powdery quality. And then there is the Damascena rose. It's sourced via sustainable and responsible processes. And it hails from Isparta in Turkey, which is City of Roses. And it really exhibits the generous, feminine, and characterful aspects of the flower, and that is all bottled here. Now, you can step into your own identity without compromise and light up your life with the new Si Passione Eclat de Parfum. Now, W Rewards members get 10% off any Giorgio Armani, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana, Paco Rabanne, and Mont Blanc fragrances, plus a further 5% off when you pay with your Woolies card. Now, offer is valid until the 28th of August, so you have this weekend to go and shop. You can shop it in-store, online, and on the Woolies app. It smells amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Love that, Zoe. And you're going to love this from Zanzi, and this is something so easy. And it's inspired by our guest at Radio 2000. I'm here with Bongani, man. Are you ready for this one?
I hope I am.
Bongani came up to me earlier, he's like stressing, like, bro, what are we going to do? You look like a guy fitness, like, what's going to happen?
You look like a fitness guy. I look like someone that sits down the whole day. So let's see what happens.
Man, don't worry, you're in good hands. I'm not here to torture you. I'm here to uplift you, inspire you, and as well as get some of your listeners all geared up and jacked up for the rest of the show today.
Okay.
Get their listening on. So one thing I noticed and one thing I know is a big problem is for a lot of people that are working on jobs where you're sitting for most of the day. So you guys as radio hosts, you often are engaging in expressing, but you might not forget, or you might seem to forget your posture.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Yeah.
For your listeners that are at home, when they're driving the car, if they're sitting on the couch, getting entertained by all your magic as well, they're often sitting. And the longer we sit, the more we start slumping, the more we start hunching, and the kind of like ruins the day because we stop taking a full breath.
Yeah.
We stop taking in all the breath and all the life that's supposed to allow us to enjoy everything that's going on around us. So I'm going to essentially get to working on some of these exercises that are going to alleviate some things involved with the pain involved with sitting. So lower back pain, neck pain, shoulder tightness, things like that. And this is something that anybody can do at home.
Okay.
You, Mzansi, can do this right now, whether you're sitting on a couch and you're on the desk, or if you're listening on the radio, wherever you may be. This is a great sort of movement sequence that can kind of get us geared up for the day and prevent us from slouching and turning into those like little monsters on chairs. Right? You ready for this one?
Yes, I am.
Okay, in good hands, so don't stress. So we're going to start off nice and simple, very easy. You're going to start off with the neck by simply tucking your chin in towards your neck and then essentially tilting your head to the right and then to the left-hand side. The reason why we're tucking it in is kind of just to create a neutral spine. If our chin wasn't tucked in, we'll still have an arch and a curve. And especially for a lot of us, remember, we're sitting on our phones, and we're often hunching over, and you put the strain on the back of your neck. So just by tucking it in, you're alleviating that strain on all the vertebrae going up the back.
Okay.
And you're essentially alleviating all that tension in the neck.
I can feel as I'm turning my head.
Yeah, a lot of people might even feel like a little bit of a cracking noise.
Yes.
That's just the rust coming, just getting warmed up for the day. Okay, so again, another issue that we have is not only just the neck, but we also struggle with our shoulders and lower back. So we're going to do something called a thoracic twist, but this is a great one. So what you're going to do, take your right leg over your left, so crossing your knees over, and then essentially you're going to stretch towards the right leg's direction. So where the right leg was,
my body goes that way.
Towards the right leg, and you can use the chair for assistance. So you're simply stretching, staying nice and tall, trying to look right behind you, and then essentially doing the exact same thing on the other side. Feeling some good feels there, eh?
Yeah, on my lower back.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And that's a nice line going all the way through the back, right up to the neck again. Remember, everything is connected. So this is why we are disconnecting, disjoining, and getting that mobility back. Same thing on the other side, stretching over, folding the legs. And you, Mzansi, don't forget, you can do this at home. And then you essentially want to bring it back to the starting position. Go for about 6 of those. Feeling some cracking movements in the back there? Yeah, 6 of those. Nice and easy, nice and chilled. From there, we're going to start stepping it up now, because now we want to get the spine to start moving and warm up. So we're going to go for something called thoracic twisting. Right, so again, have your feet planted nice and stiff, hands straight in front of you, and you're literally going to go from left to right, keeping this line of your shoulders and your arms and literally rotating. From the left, feel that tension in the scapula there behind the back. Yeah, reach out. Now let's go to the other side. Stay nice and tall, but reach, 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 reach. I feel a big stretch around my scapula on the shoulder blades. Beautiful stuff.
You don't realize how it looks easy, but it's not.
Yeah, it looks so easy, looks so simple. Literally, we're not even using weight, but we are just manipulating a lot of the parts of our body that doesn't get stimulated when we are sitting down and getting lazy. Just by sitting up already, we're activating our core, we're activating muscles that lie dormant during the day. And imagine if we used all of this, not just a little bit of this, but all of this to do what we want to do in the day. That's what's going to cause power. One last one before we finish up. Obviously, just working out the core. And again, everything, as you've noticed, is done from our seat. So you have no excuse to do this in between a song while you're playing with your guests and everybody else at home, but it's simply raising your shoulders up above your head, and you're simply going to do a knee touch. So elbow to knee, nice core workout. Get that squeeze. Yeah, you can touch, get the touch. Come on, Bogani. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. And then alternating to the other side. So we're just going to go for about 10 in total. You guys at home want to do the same, and essentially this will complete your full body exercise activator. Yes, Bogani. That's how we do it, brother.
I can't believe it's so difficult. I need to activate my gym contract.
Yeah,
really?
man, but look, even before you do that, just activate your body by sitting on the couch or the chair at home while you're doing your hosting. This is something that everybody in the studio can do, and it's a great movement to kind of wake up the body, and you'll feel so much more invigorated after this. Watch how you sound on radio now. Bongani, thank you so much, and you, Mzansi, I hope you enjoyed that session too. The rest of the magic will continue, and of course, Radio 2000 are here to celebrate the weekend with us all. See you in a bit.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Moisture Plus, enriched with triple glycerine. For 48-hour intensive moisture. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I've already got a smile on her face for the next two guests because we are joined in studio by two pioneers in South African comedy. It's Jason and Nicholas Goliath in the building, and they've been keeping us laughing as Goliath and Goliath for a decade already. Now, these two successful solo as well as collaborative artists are currently on their Goliath and Goliath 10-year comedy tour and have already performed to a sold-out show at the Lyric Theatre in Johannesburg, but they are now setting their sights on the mother city, Cape Town. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a massive round of applause and a welcome back to the couch. Royalty has arrived.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, how are we doing, man?
We are wonderful, blessed and happy.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
And excited to be back. I don't think I've been here for like three years. I'm just glad.
Yourself scarce. What's up? You have an issue with
No, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a pandemic in between.
Oh yes, there was.
And then I wasn't allowed here with my Joburg germs. But why don't you tell the people why you were laughing? Why don't you tell them?
I have to just because I was asking the gents, I'm like, well done, you guys look good. First task completed, you got here bright and early. And Nico was explaining to me how he PB today. He did everything that you need to do to get ready in the morning, and I mean everything.
The triple S.
All in the shower.
The triple S.
Everything.
To my wife and kids who are at home, I'm able to do it in 13 minutes. Everything. All the S. 13 minutes.
Gents, man, look, it's so good seeing you again, and I'm just thinking it's been 10 years. That is absolutely incredible. How do you stay relevant for 10 years? How do you stay funny for 10 years? How do you still enjoy this after 10 years of dealing with so many obstacles, navigating the space? Reflect on that for a second. That is incredible stuff.
Who's taking it?
I think let me start it off. I think how we're feeling after 10 years is that it's unbelievable. And I think the way we managed to stay in love with comedy is that we never started comedy to be comedians. We started doing comedy because we like making people laugh.
Okay.
And that's a thing that's never going to change. We come from that kind of lifestyle. That's how we grew up. And to stay relevant, it's tricky because the world is very sensitive at the moment. But the jokes will always just keep a smile. As long as we understand that the jokes are there just to entertain you, not to upset you.
Yeah, and that's a tricky space that you guys are walking, because often it can be a millisecond of a change between the joke just absolutely slaying and being the most offensive thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's not only the millisecond, but it's the context. So even when we started 10 years ago, we weren't competing with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas. So those who came to the show had context for the jokes, and that's why nobody got into trouble. Now somebody can post 5 seconds of a 10-minute set that you built up to give you context for the thing I'm going to say, to gain the audience's permission. Then they only post that one thing. Then Twitter, even now, Twitter is watching our screen just with their thing open, with that to whom it may concern energy. You know what I mean? About to report. Twitter, just relax. Just relax.
So the game has definitely changed.
Yes.
Taking it back to that first festival, that first gig that you guys compared to now, what's changed the most, apart from obviously, yes, the skits, the comedy, but I want to talk more personally about you guys. When you come up to the stage, obviously that first show must have been nerve-wracking, I'm sure.
Terrifying.
Was it?
No, my man. I went to the bathroom 17 times an hour before. Like, you know, you just get loose in a bowl for no reason. I'm sorry, I know it's early in the morning, but you've got a bowl, and your bowl sometimes goes in the morning. But if you want to know what it's like, imagine 17 bowls in half an hour. Yay! Yay!
And with 10 years of comedy and 10 years of you guys working together as a family, I mean, it's not only just the gents, but the sisters also involved in the family. Kate Goliath,
the boss.
She's the MD, the boss.
Yes. The boss.
The whip.
He is the boss.
Surely there's like the inevitability that there's this like a family feud or a fight, or has there nothing been crazy along these 10 years that's caused you guys to think, I'm done with this family, I'm out, I'm over this?
You know what it is? So I think that, we've intimately understood that dynamic of working with family, and because we intimately understand it, we understand why people say, don't do business with friends and family.
Yeah.
The reason people say that is because generally the money starts to become a problem. So everybody's excited in the beginning with the potential to make money. But now once you've got a big cake and you've got a fat person and a thin person, I want more. I mean, I deserve 3/4 of this cake. Where's the cake gonna go? So the money generally later on becomes a problem. But with us, because we love comedy so much, the money within our business has always been a byproduct of the thing we do. So our business is like your business. It's a content-generating machine in essence. But because we're having so much fun, and because everybody's clear on what their objectives are. So Kate, for example, doesn't want to be in front of the camera or behind the microphone. She wants to be behind the scenes.
Even though she's the funniest.
Yes.
Of the four of us.
Yes. By far.
Kate
By far.
destroy everybody.
By far the funniest. And then because we all just got such clear objectives, our individual career paths as well as the business's path is so clearly defined that we find we never, ever argue. It's the type of thing that it doesn't matter. So everybody gets the SMS when any money goes off the bank account. There's never a time where somebody phones to say, hey,
What money?
What's going on? Why is it going? Where is it going?
Okay.
Because everybody's at peace. There's a great deal of trust, and we have to communicate every single day to keep that trust going. So it is possible, but it's difficult. Don't do it. If you don't really love your people, if you love money more than you love your brother, don't do business with your brother. Simple.
Gents, let's talk about the exact reason why you're actually here. We've got the Goliath and Goliath 10-year tour. Oh, man, that is phenomenal stuff. Every time I say it, it's like the gravity of it just sinks in. I'm like, that's phenomenal. What can people expect, though? I mean, apart from comedy, apart from laughing our faces off, what can people expect? What should they be excited for?
Look, I think that's it. Is the comedy and laughing our faces off. Like, no, honestly.
We did Mitchell's Plain last night, which was just a special thing for us to be able to do, to kick off the Cape Town leg of our tour. We're in Claremont tonight and Canal Walk tomorrow, just to kind of spread the love. But we're also traveling with our DJ. So the idea was we were going to call it the Goliath Comedy Club Tour, because we had our comedy clubs in Melrose Arch, in Melville, in Johannesburg, and we sold Melrose Arch, and COVID took care of closing down of Melville. Yeah. But the club's always had a vibe. So we've got the best comedy DJ in the country, DJ Kwame, that travels with us, and his job is to fill in the gaps between the laughter with magic, because I can only describe what he does as that. So if you think Def Comedy Jam, if you think hardcore, raucous, big energy, the music and the DJ are a character in the thing, and I also feel like it's just time that people take a holiday from their life. You know what I mean? You've got stress, you've got debit orders, and it's that week now where things are happening. You've got children, and you've been next to your wife consistently
for 3 years.
Come
or
through,
your husband.
Take a holiday from your life, from your job, and spend a couple of hours with us, and just laugh from your core, let go, and have fun, because it's all in comedy. So the tour is us, Nicholas and I, traveling around the country, performing with our favorite local acts. So we are as excited. I mean, I watched Ambrose Uren last night, who was just unbelievable. He was the guest with Yasin Barnes and Stuart Taylor. Tonight we've got Dalen Oliver jumping on as one of my favorite Cape Town acts, Stuart Taylor, Yasin Barnes. And tomorrow night, Kenwin Davids jumps on with us.
Oh, wow.
Which is just
star-studded lineup there, man.
But it's also like these reunions, because we haven't seen the Brasa, you know what I mean? Everybody's so excited, so we're showing off for each other with our new jokes now. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's like show and tell. All right. Well, gents, you don't have to say anything more. I'm definitely signing up for this one. And for you, Mzansi, if you want to lift your spirits up, have a laugh, and just have some fun with these absolute legends and celebrate 10 years of comedy with them, then head over to Web Tickets. And we will be chatting to them in just a little bit for some more of the comedy action. But for now, it looks like we've got a challenge on the horizon. Let's find out more.
Yes, indeed. Are you craving a delicious omelette this morning? Well, Omelette you. Think about that for just a minute or two. You see what I did there? In the kitchen this morning, we are going to be joined by more heavyweights. We've got heavyweights of comedy now. We've got two of the most consummate performers in radio on our studio floor this morning. Radio 2000 are here. And now it's time to find out if the takeoff can take off in the kitchen with the Expresso Omelette Challenge. So I'm going to ask Nala and Bongani to come and join me in here one more time.
The champs are here.
Ooh, you brought them fighting.
I'm not as excited as she is about being here, but let's
I know,
see.
buddy, shame. I'm sorry. We've really put you through it. That's that thoracic.
My back is still sore, but I'm here.
But your face speaks 1,000 words, bro. I was feeling for you. I was like, so now you're warm, okay? Now we can. I don't want to drive a stake between you, okay? I'm not trying to drive a wedge in this amazing team, but it's going to get intense, okay? It's going to get competitive, and you have very little time to do this, guys. So you've got to be on it. You've got to be fast.
Okay.
And most importantly, it needs to be edible. I've got to eat this omelette afterwards, all right? I'm going to be judging on how it looks, presentation, and obviously taste. Taste is king, okay?
Right.
But you have a very limited amount of time to do it. So make sure your ovens are on, your stoves.
Oven or stove?
Stove.
Is it on?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to bake it, you could bake it. I just want to, let me just put this on for you, just so you've got it on. And then you are going to... Brilliant. Well done.
Okay.
Let's get this guy on. There we
There you go. Winning.
All right, so don't stop for a second, guys. It's going to be a little bit intense. I'm going to kick you off. You've got only 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes to create this, but that 2 minutes goes very quickly.
All right.
Okay, very, very quickly. All right, you can start your engines. Don't laugh, Bongani. You've got to do it in 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
Okay.
I got this. All right.
I know.
I've actually never made one before, to be quite honest.
Really? You've never made an omelette?
This is a firsts for you, my friend.
Bongani, you have a good wife.
No, that's why I'm watching you.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, Nala.
If you don't even make your own eggs.
Yeah, you see. See, I'm the cook at home, okay?
Oh, yeah? So you
I
spend
just
most of
love
your time in
eggs.
the kitchen.
I even have an eggy song with my 5-year-old boy. We
An
go, eggy,
eggy song?
eggy, eggy,
Aww.
can't you see?
Sometimes your eggs just hypnotize me. And I just love your yellow
eggy
ways.
We love the egg.
Got
How's it going?
pepper.
All right, so he's gone for the in-the-pan mix. I like that. I like that.
I didn't even realize it was in the pan. I'm busy copying her.
Listen, but you don't have the time, so that's all good. It's all good. All right, I'm hearing bubbling. Nala's in the pan. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. We're not quite at our half.
Oh, man.
Baby. Because you said
It's got like a scrambled egg vibe going on there, but
okay.
you got to use whatever technique you need. Remember, this is an omelette challenge, eh? Not a scrambled egg challenge.
Omelette, eh? Not scrambled.
As long as it comes out in one piece, I'll eat it, man. I'll eat it.
So I was busy copying her, and I realized that I thought I was putting it in the bowl.
Honestly, Bongani, honestly.
But this is how it works. The chemistry between the two of you is so strong. You just did a Jedi mind.
Man, I can't believe you're throwing me under the bus here.
I'm just doing what I do every day. I spend all of my life
All right,
in the
we've
kitchen.
got 30 seconds, guys. 30
seconds. Oh, my
seconds.
goodness.
It's going so
My
quickly.
stove.
I know. Crack
How
up
do
that
I
heat,
make my
baby.
stove?
Graham, does something that looks cooked count versus something that might not look like it's cooked properly?
Oh.
I think it's going to have to. 15 seconds. You're going to have to put
15
something.
seconds.
Something on that plate.
Oh, no.
Get it on the plate.
Oh, no.
Get it on the plate. 3, 2, 1.
Something is on the plate.
Okay, just turn your stoves off there so we don't get any extra cooking happening on our set, guys. I told you it's intense, okay? It was kind of crazy because I don't think you knew what you were doing at all, Bongani, with any step of that entire process.
He puts empty eggshells as part of the
presentation.
I like
It's
it.
for the grab, yo. It's for the grab.
You know what I mean?
All right, I am going to have to do an official taste test here. Okay. Nala, that's what I like to hear before someone presents a meal to you.
Because it's raw
Good luck.
egg.
Not bon appetit, it's good luck. Okay. I'm going to go for one of the slightly more cooked portions.
Yes.
I mean, some people like a bit of...
Yeah, you know, bit of yellow, bit of moist. How's that?
Won't lie.
Yum, yum, delicious.
Graham is Graham, you're a really nice guy.
I can taste that.
He's a really
I
nice
can
guy.
taste that love, and just a little bit of shade in there as well.
Is there a doctor here on set? Because
Lisa, okay, explain the rationale with our beautiful display here with the eggshells.
All
presentation?
about presentation, darling.
Oh, nice and salty. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, I think an upset is on the cards here.
Okay.
Nala came out of the gates there with all the confidence in the world, this beautiful smile. She looked like she was going to dominate. But it looks like the man who did not know what he was doing throughout the entire process. Add that to your resume, my friend.
There you go.
I make scrambled omelette eggs. He can do it. Congratulations.
Ladies and
You've done it,
gentlemen.
Bongani. You are our omelette challenge champion. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more fun coming your way. We've got the Radio 2000 team with us this morning. They are amazing. The Goliaths are here. They're also amazing. Ryan and Zoe are here. They're also amazing. It's going to be an amazing morning. We'll see you now.
Hey, S3 viewers, stand a chance to watch the Expresso Morning Show, broadcast live at the Cape Town studios, and attend the Expresso Morning Show PR shoot, and win the S3 and the Expresso Morning Show branded merchandise. Here's today's question. How old is Expresso? A, 8 years. B, 11 years. C, 12 years. SMS the keyword Expresso, followed by your name and the correct answer to 33376. S3, open up.
Plan your next Cape Town getaway home to the world-renowned Table Mountain, breathtaking mountain ranges, stunning natural wonders, thrilling landscapes, and picturesque ocean vistas. Get from 15% off when you stay 3 nights or more and recharge even longer with the Stay Longer on Us offer. This offer is valid at participating Marriott International hotels in South Africa and Africa. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, no amount of coffee is going to wash the taste of egg out of my mouth now. Who doesn't love a little bit of raw egg in the morning? We dig it. But now we are turning our attention to travel. Just how well do you know our beautiful country? You think you do, but we've been putting you to the test.
We have. Now it's time to find out. On Monday, we showed you this image. And, you know, it's a bit blurry. And we asked you to guess where or what it is. And let's see what you had to say. So looking at social media, Gary Orcom says, without a doubt, it's the castle in Cape Town. I've been there.
Nicely done. Berenice Delity saying the Castle of Good Hope.
Esme echoing the same, the Castle of Good Hope. Let's see if anyone else got that.
Pretty certain about this. Gary Fricker, Front Hook Main Road with Finians either side. That was quite specific. I like that.
Different. We have Nako saying, I firstly thought it was the Union Building in Pretoria, but it's definitely the Castle of Good Hope. Joy also saying Castle of Good Hope. Is it the Castle of Good Hope?
I wonder. Viola saying I was tossed up between the castle and the Union Buildings, and I saw Table Mountain on the side. So it's definitely the Castle of Good Hope. Way to use the process of elimination there. Rosaline Kumalo, the Castle of Good Hope. Bernice Singh, the Castle of Good Hope. Well, guys, it must be. Surely it must be. The Castle of Good Hope. Let's see.
Let's see. Well done on being able to define that blurry picture.
It's got a Devil's Peak there behind it. Absolutely brilliant. You all are so bright. Well done. Give yourselves a mini round of applause. Yay! Well
and if you haven't been to the Castle of Good Hope, definitely make sure you give it a visit, because the castle was originally built in the 17th century by the Dutch East India Company, and in 1936 the castle was declared a historical monument, and following restoration work in the 1980s, it is now considered the best preserved example of a 17th century architectural structure in the entire world.
Wow, and it's right on our doorstep. So this is a must-see if you're going to be visiting the Mother City. An opportunity to see both the good and the bad in terms of the history of this incredible, this melting pot that is Cape Town. Well done. You guys are so sharp. Let's see if you can keep up. It's time to show you a new photo.
This game is going to stay because we're all enjoying it. So where do you think this photo is? What do you think this photo is? I'm seeing a lot of blue, a lot of orange,
oh, it's a bit confusing.
Looks like
I want to go there regardless of where it is. It feels like the outdoors, a great expanse. It looks amazing. Okay, well, I think we need a clue. So.
I'm giggling because I'm seeing this and I'm like, if you wear contact lenses or you don't have your glasses on and you are someone that is a spectacle, that's pretty much what life looks like when you wake up.
That's what Zoe and I wake up to every morning, pretty much. That's what I look like when I look out my window. Okay, let's make it a little bit easier. Let's give you a clue. Beautiful all year round, but in winter, watch me transform.
Ooh.
I think I got... No, I don't. I don't have a clue. Well, hopefully you guys do.
Yeah, and if you think you know where this is or what this is, then share your guesses with us on social media. And if all this talk of travel has got you in the mood for a little bit of a vacation, then get ready, because from the 5th to the 11th of September, Shore Left Travel Week will be offering massive discounts. Listen to this, up to 50% off on local holidays. And the best part is that you can book during that week but travel later when you want. So this might just be your chance.
Yeah, if you're going to get your December holidays sorted, now is the time to buy it. For me, it's got to be getting back out into the bush. I'm trying to plan a little excursion. So I want to get my kids out. And it's that kind of camping vibe where you're not kind of fully out camping, but you've got the bush right there on your doorstep. You know, when elephants are walking through your encampment, that sort of vibe. That's what I'm after. Oh, maybe this is the bush. Maybe our latest photo is out in the bush. Maybe it's in the mountains. Maybe it's in a valley. We don't know. You've got to let us know on our social media platforms. But first, let's give you some major talking points for the day, and then I'll delve into those sporting headlines. Ra's got the latest on the news front.
Thank you so much, team. Here, I have no idea what the picture is, but I definitely do know that it's time to kick off our national duties right now. And starting on national news, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, otherwise known as the OECD, says the country's economic growth outlook remains bleak. Now, acting chief economist of the OECD, Alvaro Pereira, says and expects SA's annual GDP to grow by 1.8% this year, decreasing to 1.3% in 2023. Now, he was speaking at the launch of the 2022 OECD Economic Survey of SA, and the survey provides detailed policy recommendations for reforming the country's energy sector, and it also looks at state-owned enterprises, social protection, and the labor market. Sticking to national news now and heading over to news from the city of Tshwane, where residents who have tampered with their electricity and water meters have just over a month to come forward or face heavy fines per household. Now, Finance Chief Peter Sutton said the amnesty period is valid until September the 30th for consumers who have connected illegally to the Metro's electricity and water network. Now, Sutton said fines for illegal connections and electricity theft are 200,000 rand for individual and household accounts and 10 million rand for business accounts. Now, the city will also lay criminal charges and pursue the recovery of lost income. Now, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news. Now, heading to South Korea, where they have recorded again the world's lowest fertility rate. Now, the rate in the country first dropped lower than 1 child per woman in 2018, but on Wednesday, it was reported that the figure had dropped to 0.81, down 3 points from the previous year and a 6th consecutive decline. Now, in comparison, the average rate across the world's most advanced economies is 1.6 children. Now, countries need at least 2 children per couple to keep their population the same size without migration. Now, carrying on with our international news headlines and heading over to France, where the French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in Algeria yesterday, hoping to repair fractured relations with a nation of which the oil and gas reserves have new strategic significance. All this because of Europe's looming energy crisis. Now, his visit comes after a long period of tension over conflicting memories of Algeria's bloody war of independence against France. But both countries have since signaled their desire for cooperation. Now, analysts say the main thrusts of Macron's visit will be for closer cooperation on pressing economic as well as security issues. We're now reporting on somewhat of a lighter note and something that I think a lot of dog lovers would enjoy. Most dogs are genuinely happy to see their owners after periods of absence. Now, a wagging tail, a loving lick, a playful jump are usually the telltale signs. But new research by Japanese scientists now suggests that a dog's eyes may even well up with, well, tears of joy when they are reunited with their human companions. Now, like humans, dogs have tear ducts to keep their eyes clean and healthy, but tears in dogs hadn't been associated with emotions before. Now, the study in Japan, based on the behavior of 22 dogs, looked at the reactions of dogs which were reunited with their owners and with other people they knew. Now, the researchers discovered that when the dogs saw their owners, it was the only time that they shed tears. Now, this was not the case when they were reunited with people that they were familiar with, such as those that are not their owners. So I guess what all this means is that if your canine companion ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time, it may be because they are brimming with positive emotion. On that lighter note, I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here is the G-Man reporting on the latest when it comes to sport.
Oh man, aren't dogs just the best? We love that. Well, let's start with our cricket news this morning. Of course, the Battle Royale currently unfolding. And England great James Anderson became the first player to appear in 100 home tests and celebrated the landmark by leading the attack with 3 wickets. And South Africa were ultimately dismissed for 151 on the first day of their second test against England, playing out at Old Trafford. Kagiso Rabada was the unlikely hero with the bat this time, top scoring with 36, while all others faltered before him. Next highest score, in fact, was a 21 by Kyle Verreynne and Keegan Peterson. Then Zach Crawley, he scored 17. Johnny Bairstow, he was on 38 before the close of play, with the hosts on 111 for 3, trailing by 40 runs. Then on to footballing news ahead of the new UEFA season. So holders Real Madrid, they'll take on RB Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk and Celtic in the Champions League group stage, while Barcelona, they'll be up against Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. Then last season's run runners-up Liverpool. They'll meet Ajax, Amsterdam, Napoli and Rangers. Man City forward Erling Haaland, he'll face his former employers as the English champions. They have been drawn in Group G with Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla and FC Copenhagen. Then Spurs, they're in Group D alongside Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting and Marseille, while Chelsea, they are up against AC Milan, Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb. That's in Group E. Then continuing with top honours in European football, Karim Benzema and Alexia Putellas, they were rewarded for outstanding seasons by winning the UEFA Men's and Women's Player of the Year prizes, respectively. So France striker Benzema, he captained Real Madrid to that famous victory over Liverpool in the Champions League final, scoring 15 goals in the competition on the way there, while Putellas, she was the top scorer in the Women's Champions League, helping Barcelona reach the final, which they, of course, lost to Lyon. Then Carlo Ancelotti, he still got it. He was named best men's coach for his success with Real, while Dutch woman Serena Wichmann, she was crowned best women's coach. That was after leading England to Euro glory on home soil last month. Certainly deserved there. Then on to tennis. Sadly, he is not going to make it to the final Grand Slam of the year. Novak Djokovic said he will not be playing in the US Open, which of course begins just on Monday, as COVID protocols mean that he cannot travel to the United States. So it's now the second Grand Slam the 35-year-old Serb will miss this year, not due to not being vaccinated, as he was of course deported prior to the Australian Open earlier this year. Then since October of 2021, the United States has banned non-vaccinated visitors, but Djokovic had still hoped to compete, but it doesn't seem to be. Well, that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll touch on those headlines again possibly at 8 o'clock, but right now the roads should be waking up. Let's bring you the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. We start off with traffic in Gauteng, Pretoria. There's been an accident on the N4 eastbound after the Simon Vermooten Road. Now, the left lane and the right shoulder lanes are obstructed. Please keep a lookout for this. And then in Gauteng, we head on over to Midrand on the R21 southbound. There's been an accident after the Olifantsfontein Road obstructing the emergency lane. Please approach with caution. Moving to the Western Cape in Lunga on the N2 incoming, there's been an accident after Jake's Garwal Drive and it's obstructing that left lane. Please approach with caution. That's where I leave your traffic for now. Let's take another look at your weather. And before we get into those temperatures, let's take a look at some environmental news. 2/3 of Europe's under some sort of drought warning in what is likely the worst such event in 500 years. The latest report from the Global Drought Observatory says 47% of the continent is in warning conditions, meaning soil has dried up. Another 17% is on alert, meaning vegetation shows signs of distress. And compared with average of the previous 5 years, EU forecasts for harvests are down 16% for grain maize, 15% for soybeans and 12% for sunflowers. The Drought Observatory is part of the European Commission's research wing. Responding to it, the Commission warned that preliminary data suggests the current drought appears to be the worst in at least 500 years, and climate change is undoubtedly more noticeable every year. Rapidly sinking river levels across Europe have exposed relics of the past, including so-called hunger stones, warning of potential famine and the sunken remains of World War II Nazi ships. While we now turn our attention from drought news to taking a look at those sunrise views. First up, we have Brad Bennett, who snapped this picture with us. And this is one that was a beautiful one. As you can see, the sun above the ocean while taking his early morning walk on the beach in Umkomaas. We have Savannah from Mpumalanga sharing this beautiful one of the sky filled with orange to purple shades, lighting up the sky with the palm trees swaying in the wind. Awetu from Port Shepstone quickly snapped this one of the sun slowly starting to rise while the moon is still showing off, surrounded by radiant orange hues. And finally, we have this one sent in by Edward, and it showcases the sun's rays on the field as it peeks through over the houses in the distance. And this picture was snapped in Parkwood. Please continue to share those sunrise views with us. We have a WhatsApp line, and that's simply where you can share it to. Our number is 063 408 8863. Let's get into those temperatures. Polokwane, your low for today is 9, your high 27. Mbombela, 12 with a high of 26. Sunny in Pretoria, 11, 26. Johannesburg, 10 with a high of 24. Mahikeng, 9, 29. Klerksdorp, 8, 28. Kimberley, 3 with a high of 26. Bloemfontein, 2, reaching a high of 25 for today. Richards Bay, 15, 22. Pietermaritzburg, 11, reaching a high of 22. Partly cloudy conditions in Durban, 15 is your low, 22 your high. Mthatha, 8, 21. East London, 12 with a high of 19. Cradock, 3, reaching a high of 23. Sunny in Gqeberha today, a low of 12, a high of 18. George, 7, reaching a high of 17. Cape Town, slightly cooler, a low of 11, a high of 15 for today. Worcester, 3 is your low, 16 your high. Sutherland, -3 with a high of 14 for today. And Uppington, your low is 6, your high 25. And that is where we leave your weather for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A final update coming your way shortly after 8.
Thank you so much, Zozo. We really do have royalty in the house today. Obviously, the heavyweights of comedy, the Goliaths, are here. Nicholas and Jason are going to be making us laugh, yes. And you just look at them and you laugh. Eh?
I love the reaction.
And then, of course, Nala and Bongani from The Takeoff on Radio 2000 are still here and still lots of fun to be had with them.
Yes, indeed. But just after the break, we're going to have an important conversation. It's all about accepting the LGBTQIA+ community, and an important conversation that we want to listen to right now. We'll catch you after the break.
What do you want to play?
The people we love are the ones that need us most. They'll always need a place to call home and opportunities to build their future.
Daddy, come.
That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Get 5 million Rand life insurance for only 509 Rand per month. Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. I hope you are as excited as we are to join another episode of Ingram's Skin Sessions. It's been a thought-provoking campaign that really does encourage brave conversations which are more than skin deep. Today we delve into a new topic, love wins. I love the sound of that. We're going to focus on being supportive and accepting of friends, family or strangers who form part of the LGBTQIA+ community and who choose to share this part of their identities with us.
I love this, because this conversation is about coming out, right? It's got to do with the fact that we know that chatting about coming out is often centered around the LGBTQIA+ individual, and rightfully so. But today we want to explore the perspective of loving family and friends and engage in a conversation on how they've navigated the experience. Now, joining us this morning to unpack this topic further is Letlhogonolo Machaba, the first trans woman to compete in the top 30 of Miss SA and our favorite life coach, coach, Kirsty Milmed. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful one about love and how love wins.
Lesloganola, I'm going to start with you. We know that transgender rights and the notion of that journey has been in the press a lot lately, so hopefully there is more representation, more education out there. But take it back a few steps to when you first came out. What was that process like to you? Talk us through that moment, if it was indeed a moment with your own family. How did they react?
Actually, lucky for me, I never came out to my parents because they knew what they were raising from a very young age. So they could tell that I was pretty feminine. So I had to educate them about trans individuals, not necessarily tell them, okay, guys, I'm trans and this, but I had to educate them about my type of existence. So the only person that I'd say I educated was my father, because it's not that present in my life. But with my mom, she knew from the beginning, this is the type of a person I'm raising. And it happens that she identifies herself as a trans young girl. And it has been amazing since then, because the only support and love that I truly want and I feel I'm obliged to have is from my parents, nothing else. I never came out to anyone, and I don't think I'd have to come out to anyone. I just need to educate you. That is just it.
That's it.
An environment of love. It's always been about love for you in your family context. But Kirsty, we know that the reality is life sometimes does throw us out of our comfort zones. For family members and maybe friends who are conservative, finding out that your child or your loved one is part of the queer community can throw you off sometimes. But how do you show up for them and show up in a way that shows love, respect, and appreciation for the person who's coming out to you?
I think at the end of the day, whatever discomfort you're feeling is your discomfort, and that's for you to deal with. It's not up to them to make you feel better about their choices. So I think go and do the work separately. And when it comes to dealing with that family member, just remember who they are. They're still the same person. They're still that, you know, whatever it is about them, their essence that makes them who they are. Remember that and treat them the same as you would have before, and make it about them. You know, be there for them. Ask them what you can do to make things easier for them, rather than what they can do to help you feel better about their choice.
It's beautiful. I love that. We've got your mother on the line, who, of course, has walked this journey with Letlogololo. Me Caroline, good morning.
Morning.
Me Caroline, ke thabile thata gore o na le rona mo founung ka jeno. A re bue ka kgang e. Ha Letlogololo a gola, ke nako e feng mo ile gore o bone gore Letlogololo ha tshwane le bana ba bang, o itshwanna a le esi?
Ena go mmona ke le motsadi a hae, ke mmone a sa lo monyane. Na re go tse nthantlha re ke tse bicycle. A sa inamele. Kore a hana go inamela tshaba. A re ke lo dikoloi, ha tshameke ka dikoloi. Na go na le o mong ka mo next door le rona, e le mosana monyane, then a na le dipopo. So he tsa tshameka ka dikoloi ya hana, tshameka ka dipopo tsa ola. A batla dipopo go tla kra a lela tsa tshiamo. Until mo long gore o ntse ha bala grade 8. Ke mo tseleng ka bona na hona le cousin ya hae o mongwe ba khutsi ba lekana ba tshameka ba botlhe. Na ke mo reketse phone ya Alcatel na kwa teng. Nena le camera. Ka re he ke bula phone eo, ke tlo find out di nepe a pere khete sa khero. Gore a ira di action tsa bosana.
Emar le mo amogetse gone ka mkgo yalo la mo amogela as family.
Yeah, motho mo ntse go le thata gore ntse go le thata ke dipotso gore maybe o tla change, maybe mara go tla mo leng gore ra le gore ka re nna ke le motswadi a hae ke amogetse Kreste ka re tlebe ke le mang nna ke just give ke feeling ke modimo.
How does it make you feel hearing that? Because, you know, you had a little bit of a moment with us. It was looking like this is like the first time you've actually heard this from her.
It is actually my first time having to hear how she actually felt about seeing me as a trans woman, because all along it has been like just a normal conversation.
A non-event,
yeah, nothing very deep. Because she never made me feel like I don't belong. She always been there as a parent. She has protected me, loved me unconditionally. So I've never felt it.
I love that. I suppose we've reached quite an emotional high point now, and I love the fact that everyone has been willing to open up like this from you and your mom, both perspectives, absolutely beautiful. Kirsty, I know that this is the space that you work in every day and something that you consider a lot. If we had to imagine a person at this point, and we might talk about the family needing to come in to support, what should be going through our minds to offer that kind of sounding board, that kind of support that's needed in that moment? And, you know, we joked about checking your baggage at the door, but how do we achieve that in that moment and just be people and humans?
Yeah. I mean, I think becoming very conscious of the words that you use and how you phrase things, and repairing if you say something that could be quite hurtful. So really becoming very aware and very conscious of how you're saying things and how that might be perceived. And checking in, like we said before, having that open dialogue.
Just ask if you don't know.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like you don't have to tiptoe around. Like I said, this is still the person that you love. And, you know, to have that open conversation to know, like, is this okay, is this not okay? And I'll never forget the author Glennon Doyle spoke about when she came out to her mom, and her mom said, I love you no matter what. And she said that no matter what was actually quite damaging for her, because it implied that there was
something
reason
defective.
not to love her. So, you know, you might have the best intentions in the world, but the things you say can still be hurtful. So just check in and make sure.
And we're only human, right? It's not default that people will find it easy to accept and easy to sort of exist and navigate together. I mean, Mama Caroline was just saying now that she saw how happy little Honolo looked in all of those pictures, but she still hoped she'll change. She's just young. It's just a phase. Maybe she'll change. But she kept seeing how happy little Honolo was. And that happiness showed her that this was her truest element, and they had absolutely no choice but to accept her as little Honolo, for being little Honolo. How has that helped you, I suppose, show up more confidently in the social spaces that you find yourself, knowing that you come from a family that has given you that respect, that love, and that space?
I feel like there is nothing that can go beyond me except my mother's love and my father's love. So whenever I have their love and support, nothing can stop me. The society can never be able to define me as a person, because already my parents have accepted me the way I come. So I do not want to fit in a society that is going to limit my potential, because my parents have raised me to be a powerful force that can never be reckoned with. And so no one is just ready for my existence, because I come from a loving family, and I'm here to show how love can positively impact in someone's life.
And you move in that energy.
Is it ultimately not all that matters? Love conquers all. We love both of you for joining us today and for being a part of this broader conversation. These sessions have been enlightening, they've been educational, they've been empowering, and if I've taken that on board, you can imagine what it's meant for the people watching right now who identify with you, who have really had this opportunity for maybe the first time to see themselves represented in this way. So thank you so much. This has been another wonderful session. Please remember, you too can join the brave conversation we've been having this week. In fact, throughout this entire season, we've loved it. And on top of that, stand a chance to win 1,000 Rand in cash just for thinking a bit more deeply about this. And to win this week's cash prize, all you have to do is reply to the competition post that's on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page, and tell us how you cope with those times where you feel less than okay. And then tag someone you really rely on for support.
And remember to use the hashtag #YourSkinYou'reBrave. And this week's competition will close at midday today. T's and C's, find them on expressoshow.com. Love wins.
Do you own your skin? Do you wear it bravely, even when others try to dim its glow? Does it represent your strength, your heritage, or does it express your brave and unconditional love? New Look Ingrams, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your feel-good breakfast show is Friday. We're celebrating and we're back in studio with comedic giants Jason and Nicholas Goliath in the building, talking about the current tour, celebrating 10 years of Goliath and Goliath Entertainment, the entertainment agency itself, and also the fact that they are touring Cape Town this weekend, and then next week they are heading to PEZ, otherwise known as GQ Berg, and they're going to entertain the people. But gents, welcome back again. We were talking about all the good stuff, and I want to carry on doing that, but I want to get a little bit deeper, right? Because maybe this conversation can serve as, let's call it inspiration for the people out there, because I definitely see you guys as pioneers, obviously. You've established yourself for the last 10 years, and you're doing something incredible, and that's chasing your passion and sustaining it at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So that box is ticked, but it didn't come this easy, right? So I believe in a couple of years ago, Jason, you were working in insurance. Nicholas, you were in a call center selling people policies. You were the guy that's saying, hey, all these calls are recorded. I can remember that. Yes. But you made a big decision to obviously chase your passion. But what was life like before doing this? And show me the contrast as to what it is like now. Maybe for the guys listening out there that are also contemplating chasing their dream, but not sure if they should make that move because you've got to pay the bills, right?
You have to.
Look, the debit orders don't sleep, my friend.
They don't stop.
Yeah, they are there, they are consistent, and they don't take leave, they don't take holidays. But life before, it can't be compared. I feel like, so I only started comedy at 30, and I feel like the first 30 years of my life were varsity fees to be able to live my dreams. So I feel like what it's taught us is everything has a cost. So, you know, you meet somebody and it looks like their life is great. Most people don't know the backstory. So most people don't know that I went to a retail store on a microphone for 13 years.
What? Just hustling?
Just doing sales on a microphone every weekend, because I always liked the microphone. But, you know, I didn't know I could do comedy yet. And it was a thing. So that was my student job that and then in my 20s, I just had the attitude of, if I'm not working on a weekend, I'll be spending money. So even when I had other jobs, I just kept my student job, and they just kept giving me more money because I was pretty good at it. But I bump into people now that go, Yana, you sold my father a TV in 2000. You know what I mean? My mother still doesn't talk to you because of that TV. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, we went through a lot, and then, you know, my business went under in spectacular fashion. I owned an insurance brokerage that proper, you know, a burnt boiler room type thing. Where it was just hectic, and I was in such a dark space. And Serving Gessie, who's, you know, one of my best friends on earth, gave me the best advice. We were on an audition, so everything had gone down, and I'd lost everything. When I say I lost everything, I mean I'm living with my mother. I had no money. It was, and to be overweight and broke is a terrible thing. Like, you don't, you can't have a dry lip and cholesterol at the same time. You know what I mean? It's too much. It's too much. And Siv said to me after spending a week on set shooting something in the early days, he said, "Bro, I think you should try stand-up comedy." And as Nick says, I said to him, "No, bro, I'm braai funny, not stage funny." And he said, "No, don't overthink it, bro. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm not saying you must do this as a career. I just noticed that you really like making people laugh, so you should try it like a hobby. So try it out like somebody would try bungee jumping or skydiving. Go and try it and see if you like it." Nick and I have a conversation, and on the 3rd of July 2011, we try this thing, and it was the greatest thing I'd ever done in my life. So immediately both our brains go, hey, we've got to work hard. He's got to work hard in that call center. I've got to work hard at whatever else I'm doing to be able to afford to do this thing as a hobby. And the second we found that not only do we love it, but we're also good at it, it just made sense to start a business and nourish and feed an industry, because we could never have made it on our own. We needed lots of great comedians to be able to be great, to build those audiences, to be able to consume and have consistent comedy every week. And the last 10 years have therefore been a dream. So from a nightmare to a dream. To a dream, and I hope we never wake up from this one.
Necessary path to take to get to this point in time. And I think what I love about it most is that, and Nicholas, maybe I can ask you this, what you're doing is feeding people with like love. It's that good energy, it's this good vibes. You're able to pick someone up from some of the most deepest and darkest places. For you, Nicholas, I mean, is this something that you use as your sort of medicine as well when you need to be lifted up? Because comedy essentially provides the source of like nourishment, right? It's almost like a form of therapy. Is that what you use for your escape, your coping mechanism when things are tough as well?
Exactly that. Exactly. It's a coping mechanism. I always say to people, you know, it doesn't matter what information is being fed to me. My brain is immediately looking for where the punchline is. You can tell me your dog died this morning, your aunt is sick. It doesn't matter. I'm looking for the punchline. And it's a way of coping. It's a way of me dealing. I don't deal with bad news. The way I deal with it is I find the joke. No matter what the situation is, and yes, sometimes it's inappropriate, I also understand where to make the jokes and who I can make the jokes with. But I just love the opportunity to, I call it spreading happiness.
Yeah.
Because we all need to laugh. We all need to be able to de-stress, forget about the world's pressures. Because no matter what's going on, there's always something going wrong. Always. That's the only thing, is that something is guaranteed to go wrong in your life. Comedy is, if you like what you're seeing on stage, for that 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, if you're enjoying it, you forget about your stress, you forget about your problems, and you are truly happy in that time.
It's like a beautiful escape.
That's the thing for me.
Gentlemen, man, thank you so much again for joining us this morning. Preaching, not just comedians, but preaching this morning as well, and bright and early in the morning. Absolutely love it. And I can't thank you again for choosing to choose your passion, for chasing it unrelentlessly, for doing your time and still allowing South Africans to be relatable to everything that's going on right now and allowing us to have that escape. And we're going to do just that. We're going to carry on with that escape. We're going to carry on with the good times. Don't forget, of course, the Goliath tour is happening. It's their 10-year tour. They are taking place at Cape Town this weekend. You can find it at Web Tickets. And then also next weekend, they're heading to Easy the GQ to serve up some smiles and get it all across those dials across South Africa. But gents, you got to go carry on doing your thing right now because the passion continues. I'm going to ask you to head off over to Zozo. She's standing by because the games shall continue. Right, Zanzi, of course, don't forget, Web Tickets is where they will be at, and there's an awesome opportunity to find some laughs this weekend. But right now, the laughs will carry on because the Goliath brothers are carrying on with all the magic. Let's check it out.
Oh, it's funny, you know, when you send your guests off and then they go back into the camera. But you know what? That is live TV for you.
Sorry. I'm also so wide. I've blocked 4 cameras at the same time.
No, you didn't.
But people are like, load shedding. No, don't worry. Walking in front of the camera.
Oh, it's great to have you both here. I know that there's a lot of brotherly love, but now we're going to see who's the most competitive between the two of you. Who do you think is the most competitive?
Listen, we have the most competitive relationship you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
If there is
compete with everything that doesn't matter.
Everything yes, that's a good way to put it.
That is a good thing. So for today, I'm going to put you two head-to-head in a game called 5 seconds.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 5 seconds, ask you a question, and you need to answer me within 5 seconds.
Got you.
Winner will walk away with a box of Oma Rucks of the choice.
So we can derp the nice things.
Yes. There we go.
Derp.
So we need to respect our elders. Who's the oldest between the two of you?
I hate that you asked that.
You wouldn't say, but I'm just like a low mileage classic and then a high mileage in motor plane car.
Okay, Jason, you're going to go first. First question in 5 seconds.
Yes.
Name 3 types of cheese.
Gorgonzola, Gouda, cheddar. Chapow!
Well
2 seconds to spare, come on.
2 seconds to spare.
You're asking a food question to me. I'm Champions League of food questions, man. Bring it on.
Okay, Nicholas, no pressure. Name 3 ball sports.
3 ball sports, soccer, rugby, tennis.
There we go.
4 seconds to spare. Come on, you play games.
There we go. Okay.
I'm a
Jason.
second up.
Yes. Don't ask me the sporty questions. Just keep it where you're going,
This is a complete random selection of questions, so I cannot control the questions.
Okay, we believe in you.
Okay. Name 3 things you can paint.
A wall, a ceiling, and a door.
Who paints doors?
A lot of people.
You don't have... Your doors are not painted in your house.
No, you get wooden doors, beautiful.
With varnish.
With natural. Look at this table, not painted.
There's
beautiful.
varnish over here.
But it's not painted.
Okay.
There's a difference.
But
Anyway,
you can
I thought about nails. You can paint nails.
No,
Anyway,
I also thought of
story.
nails. That's okay.
Yeah.
Nicholas, you're up. Name
Let's go.
3 excuses to skip a work meeting.
Oh, it's perfect.
I had my appendix removed. I am late, and because there's traffic and load shedding because of traffic.
I objection. That's the same thing. Late and traffic and load shedding. Objection. Objection, Your Honor. Let's go to the box.
Okay. Producers, do you think that deserves a point?
No.
I say no, sorry, but
Thank
it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
You can still make up the point.
No, that's fine. I'll
Jason?
accept.
Name 3 types of traffic signs.
Stop, yield, dead end. What? 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 I mean, K53 for life.
The easiest question.
What? Genius.
Okay, this is an easy
Here's my
question.
one. Let's go.
Name 3 things you can see right now.
Zoe, Jason, and Sean.
There we go. Okay.
That's right.
You good.
Jason's wife. Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can, you can get the 3 points.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our viewers can't see it, but you can see it. So that
and
was the question.
what you didn't realize is he got the points there, and he got points for me because he mentioned my wife on TV. So
No.
you see, we both got the points.
Yeah.
So now he's equal. Now you're both
Yeah,
equal
now
again.
yes.
So he gets all the
Okay,
points
we
back.
understand.
Okay. We need a winner
Yes,
by the
the
end
final.
of this. Okay.
Okay.
Name 3 things you need to pay for.
My wife's things that she needs, like her nails and her hair. My wife's food that she eats, and petrol.
You mentioned 3 things. Well done, but not within the 5-second time. So I'm sorry, you don't get that full point.
That's unfortunate.
That was definitely within 5 seconds. What are we? What?
That's unfortunate.
5 seconds.
No, you
Are we
lost
using the
points.
metric clock or the?
We're using the
You lost
Expresso
points on the
clock.
game and on the wife.
Okay. Last,
just
second
earn
to
those
last question. Name 3 things that are yellow.
The sun, oranges, and, well, not oranges, lemons, and a yellow submarine.
Name things
Jeepers.
that are yellow. An orange.
You too. Okay.
I can't believe I said orange on national TV.
In front of South Africa,
I just want to walk off
all
set
of your
now.
teachers just started typing their letters of resignation right now. They're just like,
Some of them should have typed it longer.
Oranges, okay. It's in the name.
It
but
is
it's
in the
okay.
name.
A lagoon, I know the...
Yeah,
Wanna
that's,
get
you know, you
confused
got
with the
Afrikaans in your
translations.
history. Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
what happened.
Gentlemen, this is our final round. This is the one where you get to redeem yourself, and it's a singing one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
So sing the next 3 lyrics in this Whitney Houston song.
Okay.
Jason, you're up first.
Yes.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the...
Hey, with somebody.
Woo!
Oh, I want to dance with my one body, not some body, with my wife's body only, forever.
You get the point.
Thank you very much.
get the point. That is correct. You went above and beyond. We just needed
Okay.
heat with somebody.
Got you.
Now, the next 3 lyrics in this Justin Bieber song is
my
for you.
Atlas is about to sing on national television. It's the best day of my life. Orange, yellow, now singing. I'm done after this.
You're done,
My dreams
okay.
have all come true in one time.
Okay, are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Let's go. I don't want to
Because if
open
you
my eyes. I
like
don't
the
want to see the
way-
people looking at me.
Because if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go.
Look in the mirror.
You should go and love yourself. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself.
I think we have an obvious winner here, ladies and gentlemen.
I thank you.
Which one would you like, Jason?
All of them.
Listen,
Your buttermilk?
I'm an old school buttermilk okay, and you have to slant minimum 3. The first one is just to get the taste of whatever you ate before out your mouth. The second one is the deliciousness, and the third one you go slow. You dip him just this much at a time.
Net omdat jy bietjie uitgeëet is.
100%.
Okay.
And then you eat him with a spoon out the bottom of the cup. I'm that old school. You must never waste those crumbs.
Oh, well, listen, it's been lovely having the 2 of you here,
Thank you
putting
for
you
having us.
head to head in our 5-second game. But it's also now time to see if you are a winner. So this week we asked you how you can be kind and generous, and we are completely inspired by this answer from Zui Malautsi. Now, she wrote, she says, we often spread kindness to others, but find it hard to reciprocate to the same to ourselves. Now, the other day I was venting to my friend about how disappointed and angry I was with myself with regards to a task I had to perform, and she asked me if I would have used the same words if she were in my shoes, and the answer was no. That stuck with me till today because we forgot to be kind to ourselves. Now, we absolutely love this, Zui, and because of this, you start loving yourself. We want to give you, we love that word of positivity, so thank you for that, and that's why you are our winner today, and you walk away with that 2,000 Rand and an Oma Rusks hamper. And thank you to everyone that entered, and like the Beebs say, go and love yourself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, my Oma don't like you and she likes everyone.
Yeah, that's a good line too.
There's more in every dip with Oma.
Now, if you've been looking for a sign to reignite your passion for culinary exploration, Le Creuset's latest colorway is that sign to inspire your cooking, inspire your life. Spicy Sweet Cayenne is the fiery new color launch from Le Creuset, and it is beautiful. It's an earthy shade, it's bold, it's confident, it's full of character, bringing every dish and kitchen to life. I could actually be talking about our next guest, in fact. Yeah, to tell us a little bit more about this brand new, beautiful new color launch is the icon herself. Honestly, one of my favorite human beings on the planet, I think. Zola Nene.
Oh,
man.
I love coming back here. It's like coming back home. Listen to how lovely you are to me.
This is where it all began,
It is,
girl.
it
And now
is.
you're a superstar.
Oh, please.
You are, though. You really are a superstar. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? I'm matching the iconic new color, Cayenne from Le Creuset. Now, I've been a Le Creuset fan for the longest time, as you know.
I know this, yeah.
So every time a new color comes out, I get super excited and I want to restart my collection all over again. And this is kind of a good reason to, because look how stunning.
It is beautiful. Well, they really are works of art.
They
and I
are.
love it because when you get a set, you've got to redesign your kitchen because you need to display it.
Exactly.
You can't put it away in a cupboard.
No. It's too stylish.
It's too stylish, but there's a reason why it's become an industry leader, because they perform. They are absolutely beautiful pieces of technology in that. What is the hottest item? What must you have?
I mean, you called me iconic, but this is iconic. I mean, it's been in kitchens of both, you know, amateur cooks and chefs since like 1925. That's how iconic and how long it's been around for. But this new Cayenne color is kind of like the sister to Flame, which is the, you know, the orange color, and Cerise, which is the red color. So it kind of fits in between. I would go wonderfully with both. But actually, it'll match with a lot of the different hues available at Le Creuset. And it's available throughout for the whole range. So you can get cast iron, stoneware, this, you know, the spatulas, the silicone stuff. So it's one that if you're looking about firing up or spicing up your kitchen, rethinking your color selections, this is a great one to go with.
I like it because it's not too much. It's bold, but it's not
bold.
too much.
But we love bold, though, you know? Like you said, you don't put them in a cupboard. You display them. You serve your food straight out of them. You know, you with confidence serve a cup of coffee out of your Le Creuset mug to your guest, and they think, oh, that's a fancy coffee.
Do you use your mug alone at home, or do you only use it with guests?
No, I use all of my Le Creuset.
It goes in bubble wrap in the cupboard, and then
No, I'm a strong believer that if you have really nice stuff, you should use it every day, because every day is a special occasion, and using your Le Creuset every day makes it feel like every day is a special occasion anyway. So, yeah, absolutely love this color. I think it's going to be great for summer, winter, all seasons. I think food looks really beautiful in it as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah, definitely one you should think about.
What would you start with? If there was one item, where would your collection begin, do you think?
That's a very good question. For me, my collection started with a few stoneware items, and then I sort of graduated to the cast iron stuff. But if you're wanting to get serious about cooking, then I think a cast iron, maybe 30-centimeter buffet casserole, which is one of my favorite pieces.
You can do so much.
Or if you're a smaller family, maybe a 24-centimeter round casserole is also a really great size, great to cook rice in, stews. And I love that they go straight into the oven and on stovetop, and you can serve out of them. So, listen, you can't lose if you're using Le Creuset.
I think Instagram was invented because of Le Creuset. I think that's how it happened.
Possible.
They were like, no, we actually need a platform to be able to highlight these amazing dishes because it just looks so beautiful.
It does.
For me, it's the performance. There's a reason why every single celebrity chef that I've ever known uses, cooks, buys, and lives in the colours of Le Creuset. Okay?
Yes.
We are
Dresses to match their Le Creuset collection.
And I'm only like the 12th person this morning who pointed it out. You're amazing. You work with the best, so I can understand this collaboration. You're just you're a superstar. I don't know how else to say it. And you're just lovely, and you look gorgeous, and you're amazing. Just keep doing what you do. Oh, you can come back any day of the week, especially when you bring goodies like these. Now, if you want to spice up your space with the fiery red Cayenne collection, visit lecreuset.co.za or Le Creuset boutique stores. They're amazing. You'll get so much help there. It is a little bit difficult because you'll see every range, and then you've got to try and decide. But get in there. there. Do yourself a favor. You can also follow at Le Creuset SA on social media for more ideas and, of course, that culinary inspiration. But we are not done yet. Stay tuned, because our Zola is about to inspire us with a delicious recipe using one of these exotically vibrant and warmly expressive collection pieces that, yes, match her beautiful dress. Zola's back in the kitchen, baby! Yay!
Well, in order for her to be back in the kitchen, I'm going to invite her to come and join me. Of course, we also have Radio 2000 broadcasting live from your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is the type of Friday where radio meets TV, TV meets radio. But we are, of course, very excited that Zola Nene is back, and we're going to put her in the kitchen because Le Creuset, they've been honored to share in the meals, the memories, and the traditions made by food lovers worldwide. And as promised, Zola is here sharing one of her delectable recipes, a red pepper and tomato chicken bake using the Le Creuset signature shallow casserole, now available in cayenne or cayenne. Everyone has a unique way of pronouncing that beautiful color. Zola, so good to have you here.
So good to be in the kitchen.
And you are matching the beautiful Le Creuset.
I am
matching the peppers, the tomatoes, and of course, the spice.
Oh yes,
the spice of life.
Yes, the spice of the season. Yeah. So I said earlier when I was talking to Graham that this color, it makes food look really great. And that's why, also one of the reasons why, you should consider adding it to your collection. Even if you already started a collection, like I have, this might convince me to rehaul or to overhaul my collection and start all over again.
So I started off with my collection, and then I realized all these beautiful colors keep coming out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stick to just one color. I'm now going to start mixing and matching. And this cayenne range is going to go perfectly with my teal range at home.
It will, absolutely. I mean, I think that the blue with the orange tones, beautiful. But also meringue. Some people have neutral colors. Meringue would be great. Soleil, which is like a bright yellow as well, would go amazing with this. So yeah, it's very versatile. You can add to your kitchen and sort of enhance your range, or start again. Why not? Why not? It's a good excuse to get more Le Creuset. Why not?
There we go. Well, I love the fact that you're about to show us this delicious chicken that is just made in one pot.
Yes, you know me. I'm all about simple. Yeah, I'm all about simple food. So if you can make anything delicious in one pan and have one pan to wash up, brilliant. Yes. So I'm using here the 30 centimeter buffet casserole in cayenne, the new color, which we love and is beautiful. So I thought, a dish with red tones and orange tones would be amazing. So basically what's happened here is some chicken thighs. You could use any chicken pieces you like. I keep skin on, bone in, because,
it adds extra flavor.
And crispy, chicken skin deliciousness. Just season the chicken, brown it off, and then in there goes some red pepper, which you're cutting some more for us there, and some cherry tomatoes, okay? So we're still one pan.
You want to
preheat your oven. Yeah, just chunky. Preheat your oven to 180. Actually, doesn't matter. 200 will also do, so depending on how much time you've got. Then here in one pan, oh no, we don't need the olive oil. Here I'm going to mix some maple syrup, honey, or sweetener of some sort. You could use sugar as well if you wanted. Here I've got some tomato paste going in here for added flavor, and you can see my color inspiration, the cayenne, and then I've got some orange juice here for a bit of liquid, because basically we're braising this chicken. Then you could use some smoked paprika, or because we're cooking with cayenne, you could use cayenne as well if you like it a little bit more spicy, so that's up to you.
We're adding
and then I've got some chili flakes here. How spicy do you like it, Zoe?
Not too spicy.
Okay, we'll stop right there. And then some pepper and a bit of salt to taste. And then some garlic cloves, which you want to chop those up for me?
I can chop that up for you.
So basically you just brown your chicken, preheat your oven, pop your veggies in, and then mix up the sauce, and I would add the garlic to this, and then just pour it over. And like I said, what I love about the Le Creuset cast iron is that it can go from stovetop, like you can see us browning, etc., and then turn the heat off and pop it into the oven. You can forget about it. You can go and do other things, and then you can just serve it straight out of the Le Creuset because it looks so spectacular.
Beautiful, and you can dish your table to match. Here's your garlic that I've
Thank you so much. We'll add it to that. But there, the dish is complete.
Oh,
see how delicious and tasty it looks?
It is delicious. Now, if you've missed the steps to Zola's delicious recipe, her red pepper and tomato chicken bake, we have it available on our website, expressoshow.com. And follow at Le Creuset SA for more delicious inspiration. If you want to add to your collection, well, simply visit visit lacreuset.co.za or a La Creuset boutique store near you. And all I'm going to say is happy shopping.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, celebrating the weekend and celebrating Friday with our Radio 2000 esteemed guests. And it's time for some fun and games with them, as we have been doing all morning. And this time, it's the Expresso Voiceover Challenge. I know we're going to have fun with this one. We've got professionals here, voiceover artists, we're going to call you, amongst other things,
Wow.
of course.
It happens when there's a client and you're getting paid for it, then it comes.
Okay.
When there's no money, I get nervous. So I'm nervous. But let's see what happens.
Let's try getting the character for this, all right? So the rules are really simple. We're going to provide you each with a commercial script that you'll have to deliver in a tone or energy that we give you, all right? So I'm going to just do an example so you get an idea of this, right? So I'm going to be reading an ad for a kid's vitamin, a vitamin ad, and it's in an energetic tone. So essentially, this is how I would do it. All right, so a VO's on the screen there. Vitafine children's vitamins are yummy, gummy snack vitamins that appeal to parents who gave it difficulty giving their kids vitamins. This nutritious treat is perfect for busy parents who had children a little bit late in life. Now, if you're busy and want to spend what little free time you have playing with your kids, not fighting with them about yucky dinner, try Vitafun. Vitafun makes lives just a little bit easier.
What is this, like an audition?
Yes, guys, this is it. We're going to get the bag today.
Okay.
All right, so that's how it is. My tone was supposed to be energetic.
Okay.
Nala, I'm going to ask you, as our esteemed and beautiful lady guest, to go first.
Okay.
And you're going to be reading an ad for a breakfast blender. But here's the catch. You're going to have to read it in a sexy and sensual tone.
Okay, you have to slow down the auto cue first and then increase the font.
All right, so if you can slow down auto cue, increase the font.
No
we do have a safety on the screen if you can't see it. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Nala with her most sensual and sexy tone.
Now, we all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But what are you to do when you find yourself in a rush? Ooh, well, the mashup is the most blender that talks to you when... And why settle for a boring old blender? Try mashup and discover how to easily blend an assortment of smoothies that are jam-packed with nutritious ingredients that taste out of this world. I use mashup and it couldn't.
Mash me, mash me.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now the guy in the building. Nailed it.
That was good.
Where do I buy my blender?
Now.
Right, so look, if radio doesn't go well in the next foreseeable future...
It's a sexy
you've always
life.
You've got a backup, for sure. Nailed that right. Okay, Nala absolutely slayed it. Bongani, this one's for you, all right? So you're going to be doing a dog food ad read, all right? But the catch is that you're going to have to be read it as though you are promoting a movie. Does that make sense?
Okay.
You got this?
Yeah.
You got this,
Yeah.
all right. Give us your best. Here we go. Bongani in the building.
Here's the reason I go for long walks. The reason I take Sunday afternoon naps. He's the highlight of my mornings before work, the source of excitement in the evenings. He loves me unconditionally. For all that and more, I feed my dog nature's special menu. All natural dog food with no artificial colors and flavors. I know what I'm talking. I know I'm taking care of it. As well as he takes care of me.
Yeah, Bongani in the building. I think you wanted on the explosions for me, man.
Something, guys.
This VR artist comes with his own special effects. I love it. Guys, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. We're just having fun here, but you and Zanzi get to decide officially who the winner is of the voiceover artist. So come through on our social media channels. Let us know. You can use the WhatsApp line, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, and let us know between Nala and Bongani who claimed the title of the best VO artist of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, round of applause for our two. Absolutely loved it. And thank you for joining us and having fun as always. We're going to carry on with the magic of the show. Before we get into that, though, it's time to kick off official duties. Zoe Brown is standing by.
Thank you, Raul, and it's going to be a tough one to decide. Let's take a final look at your national headlines. South Africa and Lesotho want to work together in strengthening the local government sector. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Dr. Nkosana Dlamini-Zuma and her Lesotho counterpart Moshe Leoma signed a memorandum of understanding yesterday. It will focus on the decentralization of local government and exchange programs for municipalities. Dlamini-Zuma said SA would assist Lesotho to implement some of the laws. She added, and I quote, "The cooperation between the two countries will assist us in learning lessons and take best practices from Lesotho and from South Africa. We are neighbors." And staying with local news, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, says the country's economic growth outlook remains bleak. Acting Chief Economist of the OECD, Alvaro Pereira, expects SA's annual GDP to grow by 1.8% this year, decreasing to 1.3% in 2023. He was speaking at the launch of the 2022 OECD Economic Survey of SA. The survey provides detailed policy recommendations for reforming the country's energy sector, and it also looks at the state-owned enterprises, social protection, and the labor market. Now, moving to news beyond our own borders, the US has sent its first ambassador to Sudan in 25 years, 2 years after it removed it from the list of countries that sponsor terrorism. Ambassador John Godfrey arrived in the capital Khartoum on Wednesday and said he was delighted to be there and looked forward to supporting the Sudanese people's transition to democracy. Now, Sudan was added to the list of countries by the US that sponsored terrorism in 1993 after accusations that it had supported Al-Qaeda, whose founder Osama bin Laden lived in Sudan from 1992 to 1996. And staying with news abroad, South Korea has again recorded the world's lowest fertility rate. The rate in the country's first dropped lower than 1 child per woman in 2018. But on Wednesday, it was reported that the figure had dropped to 0.81, down 3 points from the previous year, and a 6th consecutive decline. In comparison, the average rate across the world's most advanced economies is 1.6 children. Countries need to at least have 2 children per couple to keep their population at the same size without migration. And all eyes will be on Durban this weekend. Athletes and running enthusiasts are already descending on KwaZulu-Natal, home of the oldest and ultimate ultramarathon in the world, the Comrades, that's taking place on Sunday. The iconic race, which dates back to 1921, is back after the 2 previous editions were canned due to COVID-19, and the first time since the duration of World War II. Now, race director Rowan James says 14,582 competitors will be participating this year, of which some 1,500 are international runners from 70 countries. The top international contingents this year are from the UK, Zimbabwe, India, Brazil, Germany, and the US. And great news, this year's Comrades will have beer for the runners along the 89-kilometer down run from Pietermaritzburg to Durban. Comrades Delane Cool says the beer will be placed in 20 refreshment stations after the halfway point, but not to worry, 0.0% alcohol beer will be provided, so runners won't be tipsy en route, but they will certainly be well hydrated. Now, good luck to each and everyone taking part in the Comrades this weekend. We wish you all the best of luck. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a final look at your roads.
Thank you so much. So it's time to take a look at the roads this morning. Of course, for many of you that might be heading out to your destination or planning your routes. And starting off in Gauteng Centurion, there are roadworks on the N1 southbound after the Flying Saucer interchange. Now, 2 left lanes are closed, and please keep a look out for this as it might affect your usual route. And now, for those in the Western Cape, Plattekloof Glen on the N1 outbound, there is a stationary vehicle at Plattekloof Road obstructing the ramp lane. So again, please do approach the zone with caution. And then those drivers heading into or around the KwaZulu-Natal area, and especially in Umhlanga, there are roadworks on the N2 southbound after the Mount Edgecombe interchange. The right lane is currently obstructed and causing heavy delays. So again, please allow for extra travel time this morning. And for anybody else heading on the roads, please make sure that you buckle up, stay safe, and make sure you plan your journey accordingly. For now, though, let's head from the road up to the skies and see what's happening with the weather. Now reporting on all things weather and reporting on weather news this morning, the prolonged drought in the western half of the Eastern Cape continues to make life difficult for many in the region. Now, the Kruger municipality is no exception, and it has spent over 200 million rand on drought mitigation projects to avert a day zero and has drilled some 38 boreholes. And on top of this is currently constructing 4 purifying plants. Now, all this is to ensure that there's safe drinking water from boreholes into its water reticulation system. Now, the Kruger municipality also draws water from dams feeding the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. And in the region, water shedding is just one of the saving measures in place. Now, residents say having a 6-hour water outage is devastating. And in the citrus-rich Gamtoos Valley, farmers are buckling under the pressure due to water restrictions. Now, for small-scale farmers, the knock-on effect of the water crisis has caused many job losses. And the Kruger Dam, which many of these farmers rely on, is currently at 16.72% capacity only. Well, for our final update this morning, we're heading over from our weather news to our sunrise views. And this one was sent in from Abdul Hamad, all the way from Hermanus. And he shared an exhilarating photo showing off the beautiful greenery with the ocean in the background. Oh, and I just love how wild the ocean is in this shot. Beautiful stuff indeed. Next up, we got Verity Barnes becoming a usual now. And she snapped up this special one of the sun peeking through the branches out in her garden as she starts her day off with some tea out in Riebeek West. I just love how the power of that sun is just piercing through the tree. Just magic indeed. Now, one of our regulars, Andrew Harris, in the building. Yes, that's Andrew Harris. He shared this one with us this morning. It's the sun with its beaming rays coming through between the clouds, making it feel just a little bit like heaven. Showing off his photography skills all the way out in Belito. Wow. absolutely love this one. And then next up, Keenan snapped this purple-inspired sunrise all the way out in Stellenbosch, showing off incredible views between the clouds. And I mean, look at that. What a way to start the day and get us all inspired for the rest of the magic that Friday has, as well as the weekend. So thank you, Mzansi. You definitely hit the nail on the head when it comes to sending in these pictures. And again, if you do want to share yours with us, then come through on our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. Because yes, we absolutely love seeing how you start your day wherever you are in the country. And speaking of, let's take our final look at the temperatures across the country. Starting off in Polokwane, today starting at a minimum of 9 up to a high of 27 degrees. Mbombela sees a starting temperature of 12 up to 26. Pretoria sees a minimum of 11 up to 26 degrees. And Johannesburg, 10 degrees is your low up to a high of 24 degrees Celsius. Over in Mahikeng, sunny skies expected with a low of 9 and a high of 29 degrees. Klerksdorp sees the day starting at 8, moving up to a nice warm 28 degrees. Kimberley, a chilly start of 3 all the way up to a moderate 26. And Bloemfontein, carrying on the chill, 2 degrees to start the day, but moving up to a nice moderate 25 degrees Celsius. Over in Richards Bay now, around the coast, you're starting your day off at a moderate 15 degrees, moving up to 22. Pietermaritzburg, a chilly start of 11 up to a moderate 22 degrees, and much the same for Durban, 15 degrees, moving up to only 22 degrees Celsius. A little bit of rain potentially expected, but more so for Mthatha at 25%. 8 is your low, up to a high of 21 degrees. Moving around to East London, and your day starts at moderate 12 degrees and only up to 19. Cradock sees a chillier start of 3 degrees, but up to a moderate 23 degrees Celsius. Berga can see some potential drizzle coming through, 12 being your low, up to a high of 18. And George, variously, very chilly, starting off at 7 and moving up to a high of 17 degrees Celsius. Now finally moving around to the mother city, your day starting at a low of 11 up to a high of 15 with some rain coming through at 25%. Worcester sees the day starting at a chilly 3 degrees up to 16 for your high only. Sutherland, probably the chilliest and coldest place today, -3 to start your day, up to only a high of 14 degrees. And Uppington, not too much warmer, starting at 6 degrees, but moves up to a nice moderate 25 degrees Celsius. Sunny skies all the way around. Again, Mzansi, thank you for sending those incredible pictures in. I absolutely loved it. That's how you start your weekend. And speaking of, let's catch up with the rest of the team and speak about some other magical news to start the weekend.
Oh, magical indeed. So the one thing about radio is you obviously can't see in radio, but we've noticed a little something while you've been strolling around studio. Is there anything you would like to reveal to us this morning?
Well, you know what? Nobody knows this. The listener doesn't know this. And the interesting thing is that last week, we actually had one of the sports anchor on my show who revealed her pregnancy because she's also pregnant at the same time. So when we say we are the 2 million gang, we
really are, baby!
That is so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So if you want to be pregnant, you must drink from the Radio 2000 water.
Don't say that because we had a photo shoot and Bongani's like, I've got 2 pregnant women on either side. My wife is going to be pregnant anytime now.
It's coming, buddy. I'm so sorry. There's something in the water. How excited are you? Where are you in your life? And how does this fit into that big plan? You must be overwhelmed.
You know what, Graham? Absolutely. I mean, I'm at a space in my life where I'm a mom of a 3-year-old and an 18-year-old. But, you know, having a baby for the first time 3 years ago was such an eye-opening experience. Just to know how hectic it is being a woman in the media industry with a child. It's such a totally... It's a sport. It's an extreme sport. And my mission is to really find a way to help women understand and navigate this work-life balance, you know, especially in the media industry. So currently I'm studying my postgrad in psychology, and that's one of my missions, to help young and new moms find coping mechanisms for mental health awareness and just really just increasing their vibrations. You know?
I love that
support structure.
Yes, absolutely. And you don't have to sacrifice your professional self, your professional being, to have a family. There is a way that you can find that balance.
Absolutely.
Just because you're not busy enough, she's also doing a degree. Just because you got to do it. Oh, congratulations. We are sending so much love and positive energy into that belly right now. Oh, man, if you are as excited as we are, show some love. If you didn't know, show us your surprise face. We absolutely love it. The team from Radio 2000 are not going anywhere. They are here for the rest of this hour. Don't move a muscle.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Camphor Cream, enriched with camphor and glycerine. Now with 48-hour moisture to restore dry skin. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, you can see on his face that Liverpool lost earlier in the week, but he is back nonetheless, because that's what his job is, the best job in the world. He gets to talk about sport. Mike is here to talk about rugby this morning. The Springboks take on Australia tomorrow in the Rugby Championship, with both sides needing to bounce back from defeats in their previous 2 encounters. Lots of positives still as well. South Africa have made 2 changes to their starting 15, bit of a change on the bench as well, with the Wallabies making 6 changes after a pretty tough tour of Argentina. With us to preview the matches, of course, our sports producer and anchor, Michael Pedro. You can also let us know how you think tomorrow is going to play out. Send us a voice note, 063-408-8863. In fact, let's hear from you right now. What did you have to say?
Morning, team.
Morning.
SA 3, Australia 1.
Okay. Maurice, let's hear from you.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Maurice. I'm from Wellington. And my score is 34-19. Go Boca!
Go Boca, indeed. Can we squeeze in one more? We won't squeeze in any more because that's positive.
Yeah.
Okay, 19 points. I'm hoping that they're not going to get 19 points against us, because our defense is strong and we need it to be. Let's talk about the big thing, 3-5, the split.
Yes.
A difference in the way that we are approaching this game. Is this a direct result, a knee-jerk reaction to having to make such drastic changes in the first few minutes after Jesse Creel was knocked out on Caleb's knee again?
Yeah.
Should we be worried about this kind of shift, or is this just giving us a bit more adaptability if something goes wrong in the back line?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. The first game, obviously, Faf de Klerk inside 45 seconds. The second game, Jesse Creel inside the first couple of minutes as well. And you saw how the changes that we had to make sort of disrupt the rhythm a little bit, especially in that second game against New Zealand, where we had to take Joseph Dweba off, bring Malcolm Marx on. You had to almost rejig the whole team once the game had started
and
already.
Sacrifice Joseph in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to see him getting a start tomorrow again. I don't think he did anything wrong in that New Zealand game. And I think you've got the experience now of Frans Steyn coming in on the bench as well. So if we do need to manage the game, he is there in the back line to sort of steer things in the right direction if we need it. And Herschel Yankees as well coming back into the fold. So
lest we forget, because he's a phenom.
Exactly.
And he's kind of just been off the radar.
Exactly, and I think you look at guys like that, and they're almost fighting for their place at the World Cup next year.
Yeah.
So let's not forget there is a World Cup next year. So all these guys in these big games are looking to put in performances to be on the plane to France.
Yeah, and I love it. I love the fact that we've got competition in almost every position now, which is lovely. Maybe let's look at this through a different lens. If we've got the forward situation locked down, we've got the bomb squad locked down, we know that is our go-to passage of play. The one grey area has possibly been the back line in terms of the personnel, who's going to shine, who's going to be placed where. And like if you think of Damien Villain, so these guys have shown that they can play pretty much anywhere. Lukanya Am almost look better on the wing, to be quite honest. So maybe this is an opportunity for us, like you said, to get the World Cup personnel locked down. Do we need to change anything from last week? I know we were it was a bit of a having to adapt to the situation, but that loss, how much negativity should we take out of that performance?
I think the fact that it was 2 weeks ago means that we've had enough time to sort of get over it and to process what went wrong and where we can improve. But I'd just like to see a more distinctive plan B. Because South Africa's plan A is the kicking game, and plan B is usually to try and do plan A better.
With different people,
Exactly. But when that doesn't work, you need a backup. And I think we missed a trick in that New Zealand game where we didn't run the ball enough, because that's where we got both of our tries from at the end of the day. Playing the ball through the backs and running at New Zealand instead of just kicking possession away. And I think that's going to be key. Obviously, you'll try it out and see how Australia deal with the high ball from in the beginning. But if they're dealing with it well, do something else. Run at them. Do a different strategy.
And we've got finishers, Mapimpi. We've got guys, their conversion rate is just off the charts. So we want to see that play out. I love that. Flip side of that coin, Australia, rough tour of Argentina. And Argentina are there, it almost feels like to ruin everyone else's campaign rather than to win their own.
Yes.
But that's why they're there. And they do provide that. But that being said, what do Australia need to do other than the 6 changes, massive change in personnel for them? What needs to shift there?
Yeah, well, I think you've seen Reece Hodge come in at fullback for Australia. That's obviously to counter the kicking game, and they didn't deal with it well against Argentina. I think that's one of the areas that they sort of got bullied in. Up front as well, they didn't really front up physically against Argentina. We know how physical the Pumas can be, and obviously South Africa. Exactly. And obviously South Africa is known for that physicality. So I think the changes you've seen is to sort of beef up the team a little bit and make them more, make them a little bit stronger. But I mean, take nothing away from Australia. Argentina is a difficult place to go, and there were stages, especially in the second game that we're seeing highlights from now, where they did have Argentina on the ropes a little bit. They play enterprising rugby going forward, and if it does click for them, it can cause a lot of problems for teams.
Yeah, also got some fantastic runners in the backs there. Scoreline, quickly?
I think South Africa by 10.
By 10?
Yeah.
By 20, man. We're going to dominate tomorrow morning. And don't forget, it is tomorrow morning. So don't miss the game and then be left crying. But we'd love to get your score predictions as well. Drop us a voice note, 063-408-8863. Those are the men we love. Go Boca! We are there for that.
Oh, well, listen, speaking of all the sports that's up this weekend, we've got the perfect dish that will partner with it.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Okay, well, listen, whether it's local or international sporting games keeping you locked on your screen this weekend, we're going to be bringing you all the gears with our Clover Elite Cheese Game Day baguettes, and it is nothing but that taste of elite, the elite taste that you want, the elite quality, the elite texture, and it's perfect to keep your taste buds entertained, and hopefully your team will also win. Well, we have one of the team members from Radio 2000, Nala. She's here with us today, and we are about to whip up 3 different baguettes for game day.
Okay.
Are you a meaty person, a chicken person? When I say meaty, I mean the red meat.
Yes.
Do you like your chicken or are you vegetarian?
So, you know, it's very interesting for me because I was a vegan for 5 years before I had my first baby.
Okay.
And now anything goes. So I really love chicken, white meats and fish. So, yeah.
I'm going to put you in charge of that one. So we're going to start off with our chicken. You can mix it into our bowl. We're going to add a little bit of mayo.
All of it?
All of it. We do not hold back on your feel-good breakfast
I love
show.
it.
The one thing I will ask you maybe, and this will be at your own discretion, is how spicy do you like
Love
your
very
food?
spicy.
Okay.
Especially right
So
now.
you can add your mayo as well as some hot sauce, and that's where you can determine how much hot sauce you want to add.
How much mayo do you want me to add?
I would say we need to coat our chicken. I love a good runny chicken mayo.
Okay.
Sauciness. And then, of course, we're going to finish it off with our Tusser's cheese. And that is really going to give it that juiciness that it comes with each bite that you bite into to give you that pull that you want. And Clover Elite cheese, it is perfectly crafted due to the 5-step crafting process to bring you cheese that is superior in quality, taste, and texture. And you can also use any of your favorite Clover Elite cheese flavors in this recipe. You can absolutely make it epic for yourself. So, Nala, while you are busy with that, I'm going to start with the red meat. So I've got some chopped chorizo here. We're also adding a bit of biltong into this mixture and a little bit of some onion. We've got some, this little bit preserved onion.
Okay.
A little bit of onion chutney. We're just going to mix that together. And you can add your cheddar cheese to it, but I'm actually just going to fill this bowl.
Okay.
That looks like a good spicy mix.
Delicious, hey?
You can fill one of the baguettes for me. And then we will work together on the final one. And of course, we want to top it off with a little bit of the cheese, just mixing all those ingredients. And is Bongani a snacker?
Yes, he does. He loves snacking. He's the kind of person who never brings breakfast, but if you have breakfast, he's always
You
like,
need to
"Can I
share
have
with
some?"
him.
Yeah. So he's always ready to share. And his wife is a chef.
Oh, okay. He knows good food and
he
loves
knows
good food.
good food. Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yummy.
we can finish it off with a little bit of our cheese. I'm just going to add some cheddar on top, and you can add a little bit of a tussis for us.
Okay.
And if you are joining us now for the first time, we do have Radio 2000 joining us on our radio, in fact, your TV station today. It's a day where radio meets TV. I'm being very generous with that. You can add. And of course, not everyone are meat lovers. So for our vegetarian option, we're going to go for picanto peppers. We're going to use some preserved figs.
Yum.
Just to add a little bit of sweetness.
Yes.
Some walnuts.
Yay.
And then a little bit of honey, just to get it all coated together. So it's definitely adding the sweetness.
Okay, I think that's my favorite.
Is this going to be your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you finding you craving anything in particular right now with this pregnancy?
No, not really, but definitely a healthier diet. Yeah.
Do you find now that, because this is your, you said 3 years ago,
yes.
you had your first baba.
Yeah.
Do you feel like with the first time you were pregnant, you ate everything because there was that mentality of you eating for two?
Yeah. Not really, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I've had pretty easy pregnancies, and also because I'm so health conscious, I'm aware. So I know that what I'm eating, I'm definitely eating for two, so I must not eat like, I am the only one in the house.
I hear you.
There's another person that I have to think of all the time. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
I read this interesting article where they say pregnant women are of the healthiest because you are so conscious of what you put in your body for your baby. People that tend to be smokers or drinkers, they naturally stop because they are pregnant.
Absolutely.
You check the ingredients of everything you put in, so they do say pregnant women are the healthiest.
Yeah, and I think when you get to your second trimester, it gets even more interesting because the baby starts to move, and then the food that you eat, you can feel it affecting the baby in a certain way, so they'll react to it.
Oh, look at that. So interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here we have our
Yummy.
3 different baguettes, and I'm going to just top this off with a little bit of feta, but this is the beauty of this restaurant. It's restaurant.
Yeah.
Recipe.
This is the restaurant.
This is our recipe.
Hello. Good
but
morning.
you can really play around with your favorite Clover Elite cheeses to really taste your own taste buds. And there you go. You're going to pop this into the oven, let everything melt, and you are game day ready.
Yummy.
If you want to get your hands on these delicious baguette options, we have that recipe available on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you've missed any of the steps of what we've just done, here is a recap for you.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, when you see that face and that name on your TV screen, it means it's time for Movies with JP Sebastian. JP, it's great to have you here.
Great to be here.
You know what? There's something about this cold, rainy weather, cold fronts, and just the little bit of end of winter that screams, oh, just watch a movie. Just stay, or maybe go to the big screen. Go to the big screen, watch a movie. And I know that you're here to tell us some of the current things showing and some of the new things releasing today. So basically, this weekend, when you go to the movies, these are some of JP's favorite options.
All the options, in fact. Well, I mean, aside from obviously there's a bunch that go months and months back, but these are including...
Super...
tell you what, Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
That's the one. I keep wanting to say Dragon Ball Z, but it's Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Most people will know it as that. I feel a bit of FOMO, actually, with this show, because... I feel like I've missed a boat, because a lot of my friends are into it, and you know, our sound guy, Chad, all he wants to talk about is Dragon Ball, but actually this looks pretty darn good. Budget looks like it's cranked, because all I remember from Dragon Ball Z is a lot of the like flat colors and very little detail, and it was very raw, like same five moves in fights. However, first time that it's got sort of a 3D CG adaptation. Usually everything was 2D in the past, and my goodness, this looks good.
Good.
Like it looks like, because obviously it's adapted from the manga being the comics, like the kind of care that the comic drawer, the illustrator would put on every single frame, the shading, the sketching, like I again, like total FOMO. I wish I knew this universe. I've got a lot of catching up to do. It's a show that's run since like 1986.
It's a show that I grew up with. Watching Dragon Ball Z. My brother was such a big fan, and because he was the hog of the remote, I was forced to watch it because there was only one TV in the house.
So did it end up in Dragon Ball fights?
Invested, and you would reenact the fights, and it was just such a typical brother-sister relationship. I hope he knows that this movie is out.
I'm sure that you're about to scream it from the mountaintops, because, and by the way, I suppose I should tell you a little bit about who's doing what and whatever, but the Red Ribbon Army returns, if that means anything to anyone. Previously, Goku beat them when he was a little kid back in the 80s. Now, I see some nodding on set. This is a good sign. But this means we've got some nerds with us today. And now Gohan, the son of Goku, has to take on this force the same way his father did when he was younger. But it looks really epic. I'm pretty impressed, and it looks like it could give a run for its money to the superhero movies. I mean, if you're putting the word super in your title twice, it's like you're drawing a line in the sand. Guys, might put Thor to shame, who knows. The cinematography looks good, if you can put it that way. The framing, the kinesis, the energy of it all. FOMO, man. Seriously, I wish I grew up in your household and had fights with you and your brother. It looks really impressive.
It was really fun. Now, moving on to the next movie currently on the big screens, it is After Ever Happy. This one is it's a bit of a tongue twister, because you want to say Ever After. Now it's After Ever Happy.
Don't happily ever after?
Yeah, normally you would say Happily Ever After, but this is just After Ever Happy.
I feel like I have a concussion every time I read this title. Do you know anything about this series? Because this is the 4th movie in the series.
Is
this on your radar?
It's not on my radar, but it looks like typical rom-com.
Well, no, not so much the more like the canoodling. So it's, I think in the vein of something like 50 Shades, but...
Oh, okay. Canoodling.
Yeah. Canoodling is putting it mildly, I think. Canoodling with more leather. Weirdly for me, like maybe I'm being too old-fashioned and the teens can shout at me. We've got some teens on set, and I'm sure that they'll be fans of this. I see some nods. We've got some after fans from the dancers we'll show you a bit later, and they'll do some tribute of their own, I'm sure. But I don't feel it. I'm going to fight with the ladies right now, the teen ladies, and we can fight afterwards. We can go Dragon Ball Z style. But Hero Fiends Tiffin, is this guy a heartthrob? Is he sexy to you? Is this the new look? The guy looks like a wax marionette doll.
Sometimes it's not about the look, but the character he plays.
Okay, so he's a bad boy. You're into bad boys then?
No, I'm saying it's just...
I'm making you defend yourself here, I'm sorry.
No, it's just like when a crush comes to an external person, you're like, well, I don't find that person attractive, but it's often the character.
And the circumstances that it was. You know, so the story starts with her going to college for the first time in the first movie. By the 4th movie, they seem like they're going steady already. It's high fantasy, clearly, because you have to believe that this boy is an author, which is to say he can string an English sentence together. I don't believe that at all from his acting. Shame. I'm picking a fight with teenagers here. But young adult, romance, if you're into this kind of thing. Really, guys? You have to be this clingy? You're going to have like a million other Hero Fiends Tiffins in your lives, hopefully. But hey, if it's up your alley, and if you like some warm-blooded kind of like fun, then this is for you. Out today in South Africa.
Quick one. Do you have to have watched the other ones to make sense of this one?
You're talking about this like it's Shakespeare or something. I doubt it, really. It's just
a standalone on its own.
Flesh fest.
Flesh fest.
But I mean, look, I did a bit of reading myself. myself. Like, I've seen the names Harden, Landon, and Vance. Again, I feel like I'm having a stroke every time I read about after. I know the law, I know the drama. I actually maybe feel a bit of FOMO, and that's my problem. I wish that I was like as much of a heartthrob as Hero Fiends Tiffin. Clearly, teens, come fight me. Terrible, but go watch it today.
Okay, well, JP, you're not going anywhere because I know you've got more to unpack. Raul's going to be chatting with you. Of course, this is your feel-good breakfast show. When JP Sebastian is here, he always brings his fun spice to his take on different movies. Yeah, you're always fun.
Thank you.
We're here for the spice, and they are going to bring it. We've got the youngsters from the Kensington Dance Crew here. They are phenomenal. So a bit of background, the Kensington Dance Crew, it's an after-school program that I think became a home and very much a safe place to a lot of unbelievably talented young people from various communities and backgrounds, offering all sorts of sports, art curriculum, but of course dance is big there. They are young and they are unbelievably talented, and they live their lives with passion, as they're going to prove right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the juniors of the Kensington Dance Crew for the Expresso Friday Dance, baby!
Take over your station and give you some gents that the execs just won't give any play. So check them out.
Come on, I guess I'm just a misfit, huh? Yeah. Not coming right now? No, not coming right now? Yeah. I just say they don't know about us. 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 They think we dumb, diddy dumb. But they gon' know. Yo, jugglers!
Take your time when you push it in on me. No one eyes me, no one nobody see. Make we hide, carry me in a the tree. In a me, if you broke it in a me. But anima watch it like a security. Stab it up and grip me neck when you a lick me titty. Make we run the world from city to city. Me pussy smell good, me have a clean kitty. Tip and a wine slow up on me to a pint. Wine in a me with every muscle, every joint. Each how we stuck like twins, we conjoined. Me alone you want that's decimal pint. Skin it out like you put it in the air. Me no want me neighbor them ear. Push it in the air. Sit down on the cocky like me sit down on chair. Rock it in a me if you broke it in a me. Broke if you broke it in a me. Broke it if you broke it, body stuck up in a me. Stuck up in a me, the body stuck up in a me. Hold up, oh baby, you won't break my soul. 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 I tell everybody,
Release your anger, release your mind.
Like a right swipe on Tinder. Diamonds on my wrist, they dripping.
Came through drift. Came through drift.
Get ready, right now. And the make got cake on the pound. Go down, 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 go down.
Coulda go. Buenos días, Tisch game, figure out my pantul. Coulda go. Show my stars in, I'll figure my pose in. Coulda go. Zombie, give it a pass in. Coulda go. Show my stars in, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kensington Dance Crew, step a little bit back here so the masses can see you, ladies. Take a bow. That was incredible. I mean, there were about 9 different dance genres in there. I love the moves, but it's the attitude for me. I hope my daughter grows up like you. You are amazing. They ain't going anywhere. We're going to see what the seniors can do after this. After the gauntlet has been thrown down, you can expect something spectacular. Don't go too far. Well done, ladies. Beautiful.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You know what that sound means. JP's back to give us the latest on something that has just dropped, and he's got all the scoop on it. Brother, how are you doing, of course, this morning, firstly?
No, how's my nervous system is the thing we have to talk about. Because we're talking about a sci-fi, horror, thriller by one of the best to do it. You know the name, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, man. I absolutely love the guy. I love his creative mind. This one titled Nope. Is it as comedic as we can expect?
Look, they're bits and pieces and whatever, but mostly it's just the sense of atmosphere it creates. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a taster and you'll see precisely why it's called Nope. When I watched this clip, I was sitting there firstly stoic, like flat face and whatever, and just as stuff starts to go down, I went, Nibra, run. See for yourself, South Africa.
Let's check it out.
Nope.
It's in a cloud. It's in a cloud.
Oh, Jay! It's in the cloud!
Yeah, no.
Run, OJ! Run!
Nah, bruh. Nah.
Yeah, and I was trying to stay completely chilled throughout the entire thing, and then when that swoop...
Dude, I must just say, and something you just commented on, the sound, I'm literally hearing every footprint. You can hear his breath. It feels so immersive already. I felt like I was chilling with him right now.
Exactly.
Because that's the point here.
Well, I mean, obviously, horror wants to immerse you, right?
Yeah.
So it's all set in this gulch, which is like a valley, I suppose, and it really does feel like it's echoing over the hills. Whoever did the sound design, oh man, I should have looked up their name. Poor guy, poor girl, whoever. But you're crisp, and then obviously on top of that, you've got the cinematography. Interestingly, that was all shot during the day. Using two different cameras to achieve the effect that they got there. The moonlight looks amazing. Daniel Kaluuya, who also brings it to the party there, is all he says. But previously, we would have seen him in, remember, Get Out?
Yeah.
Dude is one of the best actors that we've got. I've been talking to him constantly, me, nope. Talking about
him. On WhatsApp, You're just like, mate.
Sure, nice. There he is right now. But tell you what, look, all that aside, we'll get into Daniel Kaluuya, but later more. What is wrong with my Yoda language? The story being is that this brother and sister, Kiki Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya, inherit the ranch from their father, who you're just saying goodbye to there in a scene that is super haunting, man, that opening sequence that you'll see for yourself. And the ranch is falling into disrepair because they just don't seem to have what it has as their father's business person. They have a conflict in personality. She's a bit of an extrovert and she's sort of disorganized. He's a bit of an introvert and he's like quite more level-headed and whatever. They either have to figure out if they're going to clash to get this business going or if they're going to work together and make the dream come true. However, he asks a really interesting question is, what is You ready? what do you call a bad miracle, is what the character asked.
A bad miracle?
Yeah,
Hey.
so something that presents an opportunity, but in ways that possibly presents great threat to you.
Hang on, did you just see that in the sky?
Yes.
Just by the way.
Dude, not happy.
It wasn't just my eyes.
No, yeah.
What was that?
And that's great as well. It's about the cinematography and about the direction of Jordan Peele. So the cinematography, by the way, Hoyt van Hoytema previously did Dunkirk, previously did Interstellar. Wait, no. Did Ad Astra. Incredible cinematography, knows exactly what he's doing. Everything's shot on IMAX. You'll learn more about that later. But really ropes you in and draws your eye in so that every detail becomes worthy of your consideration.
Yeah.
Rather than going to be on point and on focus throughout the entire thing and fretting about, did I miss something? Did I see something? Was there something that, you know, so he's a great director for those types of reasons. He puts these weird little Easter eggs in, puts these weird little tastes in, these little tidbits of all these things that you string together and you think, oh, but they might have significance. Look, all of that aside, though, the main thing that's really impressive about this movie is the story of spectacle. What I mean by spectacle being is similar to the movie Midsommar. Something terrible happens, but you can't turn away.
Yeah.
Similar to if you see a car accident, but you have to just stare into the flames. They're like drawn like a moth to the flame. And this is a lot about what the story is about here, is that these characters decide, look, they've seen this thing in the clouds. They're going to catch it on camera. They're going to make the big bucks. But are you seriously, do you believe that you're the hunters or are you the hunted in the situation? We'll find out when we see Nope. It's been out for a week, South Africa. It opened at number 6 here. You guys loved Us. You loved Get Out. Tell you what, let's listen from the horse's mouth, wink, wink, ha, ha, a bit more about the movie Nope, including the...
Bring some more footage. Let's see some more. I'm invested.
Guys, you really got to go be...
My films are always personal. Nope stands apart from my other films in that it's a bigger adventure than I've ever tried to tell. From a filmmaking perspective, by far my most ambitious.
Action!
Holy
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
I purposely wrote something without any regard to how possible it was.
All right, pictures up. Here we go.
Thankfully, the great Hoyt van Hoytema, one of the best cinematographers and the mastermind behind some of my favorite films and favorite imagery, responded to the script and the challenges.
It was a very exhilarating ride. Always creative, fun, never scared, and always pushing. In the scope of what we could do, this is made for a big screen. We shot on IMAX cameras, and we were not shy of doing very extreme or crazy things with those cameras.
When you're shooting on IMAX, you just know you're doing something cinematically special. The image is so overwhelming, it feels like you're there. I wanted immersion. An awe and a fear and a wonder we all had when we were kids.
Yeah, nah. Run!
Ooh, it looks good, JP.
So much more I want to see.
I know, I can see you. We're both probably just itching to get off our seats and watch this again. But obviously the people want to know. It's been out for a week. You've had a chance to watch it. I've got to ask the question. How many popcorn?
I mean, after Get Out, those are really two fantastic movies. This is not as good, but still 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is not as good for Jordan Peele, who is truly setting himself up to be one of the greatest horror directors of all time, one of the greatest directors of all time. What an incredible guy. Design, Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, everything about this, guys.
Booyah. JP Sebastian,
watch it on
thank
a
you
big screen.
so much, man, for bringing this one through. For you, Mzansi, clearly every reason to go watch on the big screen. 8 out of 10 popcorns, an immersive experience that you are definitely going to enjoy, brother. Thank you so much. You've set us off for the weekend. Definitely putting this one on the arsenal. And for you, Mzansi, let's carry on with the magic and catch up with the rest of the crew.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. You know what? We are talking movies. We're talking all kinds of things on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we have Radio 2000 with us broadcasting their breakfast show. And now, Bongani, earlier I was with Nala in the kitchen, and now you get to put myself, Graham, and Raul up against each other for the Expresso Rewind game.
So on Fridays, as you know, we like to rewind all the highlights from the week. I've got a couple of unique questions that I'm going to ask you guys.
Okay.
And obviously, for you guys to answer, you need to give me a unique sound.
Okay.
Okay? Before we start, so what are the sounds going to be, Graham? What's going to be your sound?
It's difficult, eh? I need a fast sound. I need a There we go. That's a fast
Is that your sound?
You have to use the hands as well.
No, you have to twice. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like
Your
it.
sound?
I'm going to go with me, but it can come out very ladylike, like me or me. Like very distressed.
It's going to
So it
definitely
will
come out
be-
like the second one. It's not
Various
gonna be the
degrees
first.
of me will emerge.
Okay, Raul.
I'm trying to be smart here and cunning at the same time, so mine's going to be 2,000, but I think that's a bit too long, so I'm just going to go with 1,000.
That's still wrong.
Okay.
Come on, wait, 1,000.
That's a terrible.
Okay, I'll try and remember the different sounds. Are you guys ready?
Yes, yes.
Will be.
Yes,
So
master.
the first question is, which popular West African rice dish was celebrated on Monday? Yo, it was hard.
man.
Zoe,
Jollof rice.
that's correct.
I feel like
Can I just say, I almost blew off the couch with the intensity of that answer.
Full on, hey? Okay. Sure.
Okay, this is not a game.
Sure. Channel it. Okay.
Okay, second question. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Which Shakespeare play did the Hout Bay International School students perform?
2,000!
Graham. It was Graham. No, it was
Guys, you're selling me short here, bro.
Easy pilgrim. Easy pilgrim. It was Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Whew.
Is that the answer?
That's definitely the one. I remember that.
Yes, that's
Graham.
correct. Okay, this one's an easy one. True or false?
Okay.
Is there a vaccine for monkeypox?
Me.
Oh, man.
Zoe? Yes, there is.
True.
That is correct. So 2 points for Zoe, 1 point. Right, come
Can
on.
I change my sound? Come
on.
Maybe the sound's the problem.
I'm going to change my sound to Bongani. You need to hear me, okay?
I'll
Sound is now pick me, coach.
I'll give you a chance, okay?
Okay.
What looks like a banana but can't be eaten raw and is cooked like a vegetable?
Me.
What on earth is that?
It's a plantain. I hope I'm saying it right. Plantain. We cooked with them. They are amazing. Plantains.
Well done.
I thought it was with
Well
a
done.
Y.
Well done. Well done. Well done. So now it's tied.
Tie.
In Zulu, unekung. So please, kung.
What, I just want a 1 point, like a...
Something, right?
Something.
So here's another one.
Okay.
What was Vicky David's character in 70 Line?
Oh.
Me. I'm going to take a wild guess. Wasn't she Teresa?
That sounds...
No.
It sounds
You wanna
right,
take
but
a
I
guess?
just don't know.
Is it Sandra, Stacy?
Trisha?
Something like that? I don't know.
Tessa. Was it Tessa?
Yes, correct.
Oh, well done. It's because you said it with an Afrikaans accent. You said Tessa. You did it right.
So then we've got a winner. Congratulations, Zoe.
I win the golden monkey.
There you go. You win the golden monkey for this week.
I was overconfident. Overconfident.
Well,
Oh, man.
Do you want to touch it?
Can I?
Congratulations. Well done to
Pride
you.
killed me. Well done, Zoe Pogani. Thank you for being such a wonderful games master.
Thank you, Bongani.
Thank you. Thank you. Next time, please.
Yeah, I
Next
need to
time,
get in the
please.
game,
Next time,
clearly.
please.
Eish, man.
And
But
Zoe-
with Zoe here, you know the game is not a game. It's always just tense.
I get very competitive.
No,
You're
no,
going to be
you
coming
do.
up with sounds for the rest of the day. Oh, I should have gone with that.
So we'd love to know from you on what your highlight was for the week here on Expresso. We'd love to know who your favorite guests were, which recipes you enjoyed the most, what fun moments that really stood out for you. You can share all of this with us on our social media pages, which is Expresso Morning Show on Twitter, Facebook, as well as on Instagram.
And you know Bongani's going to be the favorite guest. Has to be the favorite guest.
He is a
That's
good
all we-
host.
Come on, he did his thoracic
Guys, but I'm just
speeches.
gonna, it's
I won the monkey.
congratulations to what you, it's so difficult to do what you guys do.
Aww.
A lot of times when you see it from the other end, it looks so easy, but when you get here, it's a lot going on.
Man.
No, take my hat up to you guys, what you do and how you do it. Well done.
Oh, likewise, man. Feels so special. Well, clearly the most competitive of us all is Zoe. She's done it again. Well done. Round of applause for our reigning champion of the Expresso Rewind game. When we return, we dance.
Hey, S3 viewers, stand a chance to watch the Expresso Morning Show, broadcast live at the Cape Town studios, and attend the Expresso Morning Show PR shoot, and win the S3 and the Expresso Morning Show branded merchandise. Here's today's question. How old is Expresso? A, 8 years. B, 11 years. C, 12 years. SMS the keyword Expresso, followed by your name and the correct answer to 33376. S3, open up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Forget the coffee cable. Move your couch, move your bed, move your chairs, move everything. Even move your breakfast out the way because it's time to move. The Kensington dance crew are amazing. We've seen them on the show doing some incredible stuff. And this morning, I think it's going to be one of their best performances. They're about to see us into the weekend as only they can with a very special Expresso edition of the Friday Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kensington Dance Crew. Woo!
Yeah. Too much, yeah, too much. 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 Yeah, too much.
One with the routines, bad with the mood swings, bad attitude take. Bad with the 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 mood swings. One with the routines, bad with the mood swings, bad attitude take. Bad attitude, bad attitude with the mood swing. Anyone with me? I be the one, 51, 50. Sharp with the tongue, come get you some. Anyone can get it, fuck with me. Chippy name, chippy on my shoulder, chippy on my picky. Flicky, flick, pick, take, pick, quick. For my face change up, switch a bracelet. If looks could kill, put him in the dirt. Pop a pill, eat a dessert. You all what you eat, give me that jerk. Taco man, take me to church. One with the routines, bad with the mood swings, bad attitude take.
Miramasa, they give him the energy.
Bless me, baptize me cocky. Me love you ride and I like jalopy. Wet up like pipe where you drip. Slap up your body when you're riding my deep. Bless me. Coca-Cola shape and a Pepsi. When you ever something on X6. Connect eggs so me make you come quick.
Baby, why you bless? Baby, why you bless? Baby, why you tempting? Baby, don't worry, keep blessing. Baby, why you bless? Baby, why you tempting? Baby, why you bless?
Solo tú ni la macan, ingilosi la impilveñan, ay malume cuculo, angenan en tu senta, solo tú ni la macan, ingilosi la impilveñan, ay malume cuculo, ay oh
Kensington Dance Crew, you guys are magic. We love you. Radio 2000, Nala Bongani, we love you guys. You guys at home, we love you the most. We will see you bright and early on Monday morning. Have an amazing weekend.
Happy weekend.
Baby, it's Friday.
Ladies, here's to 31 days of rewarding ourselves for the awesome job we do every day of the year. Made with love by Clover.
Never.